Hi, it's Larry Shiller, voice of Backgammon, and we're broadcasting the finals of the Open for the California State Championships. It's Akiko Yazawa against Steve Sachs. What two of the greatest players in the world, one from Japan, one from here in LA. I believe Steve is from LA or Las Vegas. Actually, I'm not sure. And but West Coast, near the West Coast of the U.S., they're playing a match to 11 points for the honors of winning the Open. They're going to get started in just a few moments, and I'm going to take my leave so we can just watch this live. I'm in the middle of a match, but the moment I'm back, I'll be here to give commentary. And in the meantime, we'll see if there's a BMAB grandmaster who's able to step in and give us some commentary while this match is taking place. This is going to be a very exciting match. They both play. Steve plays a really low PR, as does Akiko. Akiko's a former world champion. And this is going to be a super match. The players are taking a little break before they start. And this is Larry Shiller, voice of Backgammon, sponsored by GammonStuff.com. And I'll be back shortly, but the match will continue. Enjoy the stream.
It's pretty intense though. Yeah, tell him I walked like 7 miles just not sitting down. But
oh, he wants to go to Beverly Hills.
I tell him I haven't left the
No,
hotel.
your wife doesn't even know that the sun is outside. She's been outdoors for 48 hours. It's intense, yeah. He's got 4 dogs. Oh, and the cat, the little kitty.
This is Alan's cousin, Greenwald.
Wait, hang on just a second. Hang on.
This is Susie.
Hi, Susie.
Hey,
I don't
so
like
her
that.
cousin Amy, everybody knows
It's nice to see you.
Backgammon player, knows and Steve Sachs. Yeah, that I know from here.
How are you doing in the tournament?
No, he didn't.
I'm one match away from the final. Yeah.
She's not bad, we're just.
Do we see Larry? I don't think so.
I'm actually looking. Do you know where Larry is?
I don't.
John.
I just want to know. I don't know if we're okay.
Yeah, no, but he is lovely, quick.
Jeez.
Congrats.
So you're.
No, he's probably streaming, but what I want to do is get stuff transcribed before you start.
Okay.
Which will take me about 5 minutes. Do you guys end up hedging a little bit? It's a nice spot to be in. Yeah, good.
So.
I did some quick math, and it's like between you're worth like 2,600 each or something. So it's pretty good.
We did like 20% of the differential.
Nice. Yeah.
All right. So.
I think that you and I are gonna go play poker for most of tonight at Hollywood if you want to go.
Depends on.
Sure.
how I end up, but- So should I wait for you till you're officially set up?
Yeah. Why don't you hang out here for just a second? That way there's no like glitches. It'll just take me getting out my power cord and my mouse and plugging in.
Don't rush it. Just take it easy.
Am I?
Cards will travel.
Exactly.
Talk to Stick lately?
Well, yeah, I was hanging out with him in Vegas after you left. You know,
Yeah.
I moved back in to my room.
It's never been my room. I was like very honored that he let me stay there for a week.
Yeah, well, take advantage of it. I mean, because I get free rooms wherever, so it doesn't matter to me. I just like harassing you because I spend so much time there. It's like, actually, I'm going back January 5th until probably like Gibraltar. I'll probably be in Vegas. Yeah. So you should totally come out. Play some Limit Hold'em. I don't know if I can play Limit Hold'em. I don't even think I'm a favorite in the Limit Omaha game. It's just it's a tough game when you play too wide. You end up calling it down with second nut and just getting beat, you know?
So are you actually going to be entering while we play?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
I'm gonna get this.
So I can know 2 minutes after the match is over. I played 7.
Yeah, exactly. Or maybe an 8. I mean, a 6.
Oh, yeah.
We had a doubles match against McGrill, and Larry and I ended up playing a 7 or a 6.5, and they played a 6.5. It was interesting. I think while we're streaming, but I was surprised. I guess what I'll say for now. Come on, closeness.
So, if I want to have my mom watch this, what?
Yeah, it is twitch.tv
Okay.
/voice of Backgammon.
Okay.
It's pretty straightforward.
Twitch.tv/voice of Backgammon.
Yep, that's exactly right. So, game transcription. And this is an 11-point match, right?
Yeah.
It is. Akiko is dark on the bottom.
No, I think I'm the dark checker.
Okay.
Okay, do you want to watch the match?
So you must be the light checkers, because whoever, like the open seat, Candace just put something there.
I gotta get started. Let me just give you the address to go to and you can watch or not watch. Write this down, please. Okay. All right, that's fine. Is it a backslash or a forward slash?
The one next to the shift key. So forward, I think, is what that one is.
You ready? Okay, the connection's bad. Can you hear me? Okay, twitch.tv. TWIDCH.tv. Twitch. T. Yes. Yes. I answered. Let's proceed so I can get started, okay? Twitch.tv/ what is it? Oh, what?
Voice of Backgammon.
I think it's / Voice of Backgammon. Any spaces or dots or?
Nope, all just as one.
Okay, so twitch.tv / I think it's / Voice of Backgammon. Okay, repeat that. No. I'm not mad at you. I'm just answering your question. I gotta get started. I'm just answering your question. No, that's it. What did you say? Yeah, no, that's it. Thank you. About 2 minutes. Thank you. Bye-bye, okay. I fucking hate this fucking bad cell phone reception down there.
Oh yeah, this.
Getting in arguments with people you love because it's like, what?
right. Yeah, down here it's just so bad, the network. We are just about there, about 30 seconds, I'd say. Oh yeah, it's already set up. Okay, good. So there's that.
Am I playing the white checkers?
You are playing the white checker, or you're currently on top. I mean, it is the white checkers currently.
Because. Yeah, well, if I have to switch the names, I will. But
I don't think you
that's
do,
something that's
because
always-
somebody walked up to the board and put something like on your side, and they
I'm
weren't
gonna
in this
text you
image.
And go there, and
So
I'll text you whether I'm black or white.
okay, that works.
Thanks, Ben.
Yeah, you're welcome. And once you text me, give me 30 seconds, and you guys can start.
Right.
All right. So, as you guys can probably tell if you're watching, this is Ben, the voice of Backgammon. We are ready to transcribe this match, and this is the undefeated finals here in LA. with Akiko versus Steve Sachs, two of the best players in the world right now. Steve, definitely one of the best in LA. Akiko, one of the best in Japan, currently the number 2 in the world, maybe number 3, 4, I don't know. The Giants list, which, by the way, the voting for the Giants list is happening again now, so you should definitely check out flintbg.com, search for the Giants voting, Giants ballots. You will find what you need there. Let me just adjust this camera a little bit. And Larry will be joining me soon. Yeah, it's on that side though. So, is Larry over there? Do you know?
I haven't seen him.
You haven't seen him? Okay, let me text call him here just to. I can change the names. I just. I guess really just wanted to know where he started. It's on that side.
Ooh, are you serious? My friend is, you said you can make it? Oh, you can let your friend listen. I know, I always like to get you. Okay, so go there. Okay, so wait, you gave the X. And to turn, yeah, sign everything up. This is what we heard. It's on his children. And little Phil will never get it. Even though it's little Phil.
Okay. So, we are just about ready to get started here. transcription going.
Are we interrupting you?
No, you're not, although people may be able to hear your conversation online. So, up to you. What it is on that screen you can actually see the what we're broadcasting. We're broadcasting the undefeated Maine finals.
Here, right now?
Yep, it is playing out there in that corner, but I'm
Okay, so
transcribing
if
it here.
wanted to watch it, he's in Tennessee.
Yeah, he can. It is it on there? It's Voice of Backgammon, or twitch.tv/Voice of Backgammon is what it is.
Okay, what is it? Say it again.
Twitch, TWIT.
Can you
Yeah, that
type it
works.
in?
Yep.
You can do better than me.
There it is. You should be able to see it right there. Okay. We are ready to get going. Got the names moved, clock set. And I just texted them that they can go ahead and get started. So, as you can see, we do have the transcription ready to go. Got my jelly beans. Hello.
Hi.
So they are just about to get started.
This is the only monitor you have?
Yeah. Yep. Unfortunately, it's the biggest one we could get our hands on. And you can also watch live over in the corner, but this has the XG analysis on the right side of the screen there, so you can see, if you would have made a different play, if their play was right, that kind of thing.
That's a lot of pressure. When they're in real time, when see if they fucked up, you know what I mean?
Especially if you own them or something, it's great. I am also going to be talking to the internet, so.
But both these players don't make a lot of mistakes.
They're both very solid players. Yeah, that's true. I think Steve, well, I know Steve is one of the best in LA. Akiko's one of the best in Japan. So, yeah.
Steve's one of the best in LA or one of the best in the world?
It depends on who you ask. I think he's one of the best in the world. But when I say that, I mean top 500 for sure. And after that, I'm not really sure. It's always tough.
Really? You would only put him in the top
There are a lot of really good players out there that we know nothing about that don't play tournaments. So that's why I say that. People who play in the Middle East against princes of whatever, and just people who we don't hear about. And then there's a lot of good poker players. People like Gus Hansen that don't play anymore that we don't classify, but really he's one of the better players in the world. Gus Hansen. Do you know a poker player?
No, I'm talking about backgammon.
I know, but he also plays backgammon, but he doesn't play so much that we know who he is. But I suspect he's better than Steve. I mean, he's really good. So I don't know. It's always tough. I'm certainly not better than Steve. I know that.
What's your name?
Ben Friesen. I'm from Michigan.
Oh, okay.
But I think Steve probably would agree. Anyway, I think Steve would probably agree. He realizes too that there's just a lot of great players out there.
Talking about you, money players.
Yeah, I mean money and tournament. It's not quite like poker where.
But on the tournament circuit, certainly.
Yeah, for sure. He's. I mean.
50 maybe.
Yeah, I'd give you that for sure. And people who actively play tournaments, absolutely.
And Akiko too.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, Akiko is like contending to be one of the best players in the U.S., but she's not from the U.S. Like, if you look at her rating on Larson Stillman, I think she's like in the top 5 or something, and that rating is based on the American Backgammon Tour tournaments. So it's just really impressive.
So she travels around the States a lot.
Mm-hmm. Missed cube there. I'm not surprised that Steve didn't cube, or Akiko, Steve, but it does seem like a pretty standard cube. I guess it depends on if Kiko takes this. If Kiko takes this cube, then I suspect it was correct, theoretically, not to cube before. Nope. She passed.
Was it take?
Definitely a pass at this point. Yeah, 422. It was a massive double the previous roll because it was such a big market loss when you make the board and Kiko doesn't enter well. Just switch my players out.
So, wait, Akiko won or lost?
So Kiko lost a point there. I gotta switch my.
But it's strange because the score shows when she's on the bottom.
Let's see.
The photos of them on the right show Steve on the top, but
Oh yeah, I forgot to switch that.
it's inverted.
I need to
Confusing.
switch that. Let's see if Larry's around. What's the roll? 1, 2. Yeah, you might as well since you're the only one in here watching right now.
Nobody else is in here. So she's on the top?
Right. She is on the top, currently playing this 4-1.
Can you flip the images?
Not from here, I can't, no. So once Larry gets in or back, I can have him go flip them.
Can you move the mouse arrow from her face?
Nope, it's all on the other computer. We have 2 separate computers going here, and because I'm transcribing in real time, I can't walk all the way over there. Michelle could though.
Yeah.
You think you can go over and do you know OBS pretty well?
She's
Okay.
on the top here, but her picture's at the bottom.
So
And this mouse
So
thing is right on her
what needs to happen?
mouse thing is on her face. Okay.
Right, is go over,
Yeah.
click on the image of Akiko. It's gonna highlight red or green,
Sure.
and you can drag that up.
Okay.
Same thing with Steve. Drag it down, just flip them, and then move the mouse afterwards. Right, exactly. Hey, Alfred, want to join us?
Sure.
Love to get some more commentary about plays. Like this 4-1 here for Akiko. She just played from 13 to 8. Pretty passive play, but I mean, I don't know what else to do here. She chose to hit. Let's see what she thinks. Yeah, hitting was, oh, they're actually very close. Just kind of a stylistic difference, probably.
Well, she played the more aggressive idea.
Yeah, which I think in the finals is probably tougher to do and the way to go. People are going to, I don't know that Steve will. Steve's been in plenty of finals, but in general, people are going to be pretty shy. It is the undefeated final, so the winner is in the finals of the tournament. So it's a pretty big money match. Yeah.
You're right, not the final, but it's very important.
I call it the final because
It's the final of the undefeated.
it's the final of the
bracket.
undefeated, right? Exactly. So the winner will have to play again, but it's the winner's guaranteed like $2,500 and their equity is like $4,800. So it's a pretty big match.
And does the loser get anything?
The loser is guaranteed 5th, which is $680.
But a chance to get back in the finals.
Exactly. Their equity is actually like I think their equity is like $1,300 or $1,200 or something.
These fours from Akiko are a monster roll. So
They are, and she didn't cube, which both players now have missed a cube and then lost their market. I suspect he's got an anchor. Is the market lost here?
I think it's a good cube now.
Oh, it's over there?
And you may be able to take with the open 5 point.
To the side.
Oh, well, it hasn't updated yet, Michelle.
All right,
Let's give it a minute.
So Kiko doubles.
So
The
she did double.
real
Okay, good.
Tough decision is for Steve.
Right. God, am I taking this? He's got a lot of. I mean, she's got a lot of work to do bringing these checkers around. He's gonna be able to build his board. This might be a take still.
And the open 5 point, I think it might be a take.
Yeah, I mean,
too.
you got an anchor, so this can't go too wrong. It's probably a take.
An anchor with that open 5 point.
Let's see what XG says. Yeah, XG says it's quite close, so
Very
it may roll out to be a pass, but it also means he really can't make a poor decision here. Either way, he's going to be okay.
It also means that it was a good double, right?
A very good double, and Steve passes.
It is a small pass according to Plus Plus. So well done,
Well,
Steve.
we need a rollout to get something definitive there, but
For sure.
but there would be a lot of work for Steve to turn that around. But with that open 5 point, he's plenty of counterplay.
All right, so 5-4 was the opening. So far, they both played just the standard openings, nothing crazy. 5-2, a legal roll here in LA. I don't know. I know we haven't done much commentary, but we are playing dice on checkers here.
Yeah, that's a new rule, isn't it?
It's fairly new, yeah. Maybe a year and a half, 2.5, maybe 2 years. I haven't played a lot of tournaments with the rule. A lot of directors did not use it last year.
I tell you, it's a good. I like the rule, and when I play in tournaments that don't do it, it's hard to go back.
Yeah, that's the only thing I am annoyed with right now is that we're not playing the exact same rules at every tournament. Because it's really tough when I have to walk up and say, okay, what rules are we playing before the tournament starts, It's not tough, it's just annoying, I guess. But I don't mind the rule. Gosh, 4-1? 4-6. No, 1-6. And he's just going to run. This is going to be a pretty boring holding game, I guess. Probably just going to turn into a racing game when Akiko rolls some average double. But they're both playing pretty well. Akiko's missed cube was bigger than Steve's missed cube.
And the references are XG, is that right?
Yes. Yep.
I think the missed cubes were about the same, but Kiko's
Were
a
they?
few checkers there.
Yeah, there were a couple. You're right.
But they're both playing well.
And I doubt they'll make any mistakes in this game. It's gonna be pretty straightforward. So PR will keep coming down.
Well, this is a Kiko's first choice here, so she has a chance to break the bar point. What's the racing?
Yeah, the race is dead even after the play, so she's gonna have to.
So she'll play. She won't break the bar. Makes the 3 instead.
Looks like between the 3 and the most of the plays were pretty close there.
What just happened to the image?
Just some kind of internet problem, I guess. Hopefully it'll clean up again in a second because the dice are going to be illegible in the meantime. Looks like double 2. So she's choosing to step up a little bit. She's only going to be up by 2 pips after the play. And this is not much contact. I don't know if this is the right idea. Hi, Larry. Larry Shiller is here.
Ben Friesen, Alfred.
Larry. Larry,
Well,
look
you
at your
guys say I'm
shit.
in the middle of a match. You guys are doing awesome, I am sure. We have XG analysis.
I don't know if this is an internet problem. It just started. But we got the images in the right place now.
It's a little bit of a fuzzy picture.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to take a look before you restart.
Like, for example, a little hard to read the dice.
All right, great. Let me take a look at that.
I just can't imagine this is the right play. I just don't like the idea of just pure race here when you're only up by 2 pips.
Well, the problem with, and there aren't any great alternatives. She gets a little too strung out if she keeps those back.
True. What about, I mean, this seems like the alternative to me. You're still holding a bit more contact, but in actuality, Steve has 5 checkers there. It's going to be a while before there's any shots.
Yeah. So I don't like this play because it's like the second best at everything.
Okay, good point.
You know, pick a game plan and go with it. Either go with the race or go with the holding game. This is the second best racing play and the second best holding play.
It looks like all the plays are pretty close here. All the top plays. So as long as she moved forward with 2 checkers, she was okay from the back. After that, it didn't
All
really
right. They don't like the racing play that much, as much.
And where is this being broadcast or podcast?
It is on twitch.tv/voice of Backgammon. Oh, wow, and she rolls an immediate racing number, so she is just going to turn this into a race, it looks like, and correctly turn this into a race. So I must have just barely been on the edge of whether or not to just turn it into a race, because one big number where she's up just a few more pips, and then she was correct to turn it into a race.
Is there a pip count anywhere on the screen?
So something just happened, whether... Oh, okay, it was 2-2 instead of 4-2.
Is there a pip count anywhere?
Not on the screen, but I can tell you what it is. After this play of, 6-1, Akiko is up by 5 pips. So this is a 4-1. So the video out there is going to have a local copy that won't be fuzzy. So if we end up needing it for any of these plays, we can update it later. But in the meantime, I'm just going to have to kind of go with what they're playing. So 3-1. This is going to be a pretty boring race, I think. We got a 6-5 for Steve.
Steve pulls a little bit ahead in the race.
He is now a 55-45 favorite. It looks like a 3-1.
5-1.
5-1? Yeah, that makes sense. Taking Akiko a bigger dog, 60-40. Another 6-5 for Steve.
Steve's getting some good racing numbers.
Oh, he's really starting to pull ahead into a cube territory now.
Not quite yet, but he's getting there.
Exactly. Wow, another 6-4. I'll be shocked if he doesn't have a cube after this roll. Especially if that's a 2-1. This might be a pass. 3-1. 3-2. Yeah, 9 pips. He may have lost his market here.
So Kiko should pass. This is a little too much.
Effective pip count 7.7, so she is still within 10%. No, she's just over it. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Nope. So I think she'll pass this. Sometimes I get stubborn in these situations. Early match, just want to take something and see if I can get my opponent tilting. Kind of more like the Ray Fogerlin school of thought on the cube. But it's close. I don't think this one's that close, though, actually. 9 pips in a 74 pip race. The distribution's nice though. It's not bad anyway. You wish you had more 4s.
Well, Steve's distribution's not bad either.
Exactly. Yeah.
He's got the 2 on the 2-point and 1 more crossover. But
She did take. She no, actually thinks it's a take. That's interesting. Let's take a look. No, it's a small pass.
Well, small pass at double. So we'd have to roll it out. It's very, very, very close. Can't criticize either way.
So Steve must have rolled a 7 of some sort, and then Kiko rolled a 5-4, and then Steve rolled a 3-1.
What's that flag?
I just flagged it because I don't know what the roll actually was.
Got it.
3-1. Really everything from here. Oh, there we go. Now Steve's starting to
Double force.
get back those racing numbers. Here's a 90% favorite again. Another double?
twos.
Oh, okay. Yep. Three one? No, double 3. Wow.
All right, Steve's prohibitive favorite here.
It should be 6-2 because he would have thought about the last 2 if it was double 2. 5-1, 6-1. So she must be looking at the doubles and whether or not it makes sense to leave 4 checkers on the 5. But it really, I mean, it only makes a difference after 5-5, 5-5. No, even then, I don't think it makes a difference, right?
Yeah, she needs 2 big doubles either way, really.
Yeah. She needs 6s either way, at least once. And then the question is, can she pull it off again? Uh-oh, did my XG just lock up? Well, my XG just locked up apparently. What's going on?
Steve is
So 5-2
almost
for...
home.
Really? There we go. Okay, and then what did Kiko end up rolling the set of boxes?
Whoa.
She must have. And then Steve would have rolled like what did he just take off there? 1
3-2.
So we'll do this. Or no, we'll give her boxes. Give him 5-2. I'm just gonna have to fix this later. He rolled a 3-2 and then she didn't get off.
Right, I think she had a 4-3.
Okay. Well, I'm just gonna do it this way, I guess. Because I'm not sure what exactly happened, but she did not get or win the game. And I'm sure there were no errors. They both played that game under a 1. Pretty impressive. It was a standard holding game, though. I would hope that most players could do that.
Not too tough, but both players show good technique. Steve has a 3-1 lead, so standard opening 6-3.
See if she can do anything about it. Oh, these are some of the really interesting replies that I know a lot of people don't know. You are supposed to be duping numbers on these 6s that split, followed by 3-2 and 4-3 for a lot of them.
So she played it right. Steve gets a 2. I don't know what the other one is.
I'm guessing it's odd because most of the evens would have hit already.
2-1.
2-1, okay. That 2-1 looks like it's wrong.
Yeah, I might have gotten off a 6 away. Yeah.
It looks like it's close, but it is looking at these other ones, including getting off the 6s. C rolls 5-6 to enter. Kiko rolls. 6-2 or 5-3. It's tough
It's
to
a little
say.
tough to say.
I'm gonna give her 6-2. I think they're gonna play the same, but I'm not sure.
5-1 for Steve.
Pretty standard, I think. Make your 5, slot your own, or make her 5, slot your own. Hope to not get into any kind of back game or holding game, but if you do, it's okay. 4-2 here.
4-2 makes a good outfield point. Safety's 1 block.
She actually prefers the 4-point there, slightly. This must be 4-4, but he only played 2, so it's 2-2.
Double 2s.
Yes.
It's a good roll. Kiko responds with a 2.
Oh,
Double 2 as
2-2
well.
herself, yeah.
Okay, grabs the advanced anchor. The alternative again was to make that 4-point.
So I'm wondering if I can get this to... here we go. Okay, so what happened here? He rolled a 2-3 after she rolled a 4-2. No, a... Huh. Oh, a 2-2. Doesn't make sense, though. So then he rolled 2-3, and then she rolled... We'll call it a 2-3. I'm gonna have to just go back through this whole thing because...
Kiko rolls a double 3. It's a good roll. Has to decide whether to run all the way or make the 3-point. What's the pip count after this roll? She's up 6?
She's gonna be up 4. I've got 2 checkers out of place here. Oh, okay. I gotta have him roll first. I have to have him do something first. I can't. All right, I'm just gonna do this because the whole thing's gonna have to be fixed later anyway. Hello.
Hi.
I don't suppose you have any ideas as to why this is giving us bad quality.
I don't.
Because it's
Alfred, can you excuse me a moment, please?
Yeah, sure. Why don't you sit down and
Well, you can sit here.
I'm gonna go. I may come back and join you. I'm gonna go check on whether.
I tried changing it so that Twitch forced it into a high def, and that doesn't seem to be it because it was on auto. So if the internet problem was on this side, it would have.
Well, hi, Larry Shiller, voice of Backgammon. Welcome. We're following the finals here. This is an exciting match with Akiko Yazawa and Steve Sachs, 2 giants of the game. And we have a fuzzy board. So, oh no, we have a fuzzy board. All right, let's see what is happening on Voice of Backgammon, why this is fuzzy. And so we're going to try to diagnose that while these guys are playing. But the match is 3-1, and I'm looking at the PRs, and this is unbelievable. It's after the match 2.03 for Akiko, 1.27 for Steve Sachs. You won't find better players in the world. These PRs are superhuman. Amazing. Really, truly amazing. By the way, I did look at the video on the other machine. It's crisp.
Right. That makes sense. That makes sense.
And so there you go. But you're able to figure out the roles. Yeah, because
For the
you're
most
seeing how
part.
they're playing.
Yeah, there's a few.
All right. This is Ben Friesen doing our XG analysis very impressively.
Akiko's still not sure about what to do with this double 3.
And so let me just expand this to a whole page. And
Let's see what XG thinks. XG likes both of her plays.
all right. Wow, this is great. At least the XG analysis is clear. And you know what we can do for our listeners, maybe? Well, you've got the full screen here. That's enough for you to see. All right, great. So we're, looking at this.
Looks like she
double
did make
threes.
the best play.
As she
in the
usually
end.
does, and it was not a lucky roll for her.
Interesting, actually. That was. The luck is in the perspective of Steve here.
Oh, that's why.
So that
it was
actually,
a very lucky
yes,
roll
it
for her.
was.
So it was a 0.3 super lucky roll. All right, that makes sense. All right.
Steve must have rolled 5-3 here since 6-2 and all the other 8s are blocked.
Good. Ben is a master. Is that a number? The double threes? No, 4-3.
4-3.
All right, 4-3 for Kiko. And I wonder if there is a way to actually, Ben, to get into their stream. In other words, we're pulling this off the internet, talking technical here, figuring out how this all works. Is there a way for us to just glob onto that computer? Is that,
Right.
just
Not that
open
I
it
know
up?
of, but maybe.
Because we're on the same network. Isn't that
Right.
how people hack each other? Can't we just quote unquote legally hack into that computer?
Well, even if I did know how to do that, I don't know if I would admit it. But let's see if somebody else out there knows.
All right, so we've got a Kiko throwing the dice. Steve's got a broken 6-point prime. What does she got? I can't tell. What does she have? She has.
She must have rolled a 4-4. That's a
Double-
great number. Holy smokes.
Double fours. She
Yeah.
did. That's it. So we have this, by the way this is working now, they're broadcasting live to Voice of Backgammon, the Voice of Backgammon. We're picking it up and rebroadcasting out.
Okay. So we've got the video. We'll be able to get a clean picture of
We
the
have a
PRs
clean picture,
afterwards.
and if you're watching this and you're just not so enamored with the commentary that you it's not a must-have for you, you can actually go to twitch.tv/the Voice of Backgammon and get the feed without commentary, but hopefully it'll be clearer. You could try it, and then come back to twitch.tv Voice of Backgammon.
I'm gonna try it on my phone. I'm curious to see if
Oh yeah, let's see. Maybe it's just something with his computer.
it's
point.
twitch.tv/
Voice of Backgammon, or the Voice of Backgammon. We'll get the raw feed, and Voice of Backgammon gets us.
Okay. So let me.
All right, so Steve, Kiko is bearing in very nicely.
So she rolled a 5-4. Yep. Let's see if I can get. Yeah. I usually just wait till they play it, and then I try to figure out if there's another roll that's reasonable.
We got a missing checker here. Oh, is this checker?
Well, yeah, this checker just got played. So she did miss quite a few cubes here, and now actually she's going to pass.
Yeah, she doubles.
So that looks like it was a 4-2 that she played in this way. And then finally the cube got turned and Steve passed correctly. So that was a pretty big hit to her PR actually. The first cube was a 0.05.
Yeah, so Kiko wins that game, and it's now 3-2. She had missed a few cubes and lost actually a bit of significant equity, but
Oh wow, this image is crystal clear.
is it?
It's gotta be on our side.
That's the Voice of Backgammon. So the Voice of Backgammon is clear. Jack Edelson is here.
Jack. So it's got to be on our side, and we're plugged in. We should be able to fix this.
Can you bring up Voice of Back? Oh, you can't. No, let's not do that.
So I can watch it here while you try to work on it there. I can see everything crystal clear here.
Okay. I wish I could take your phone and input it into this.
Right?
So why is this not clear?
So I did try to set it to 720. Maybe if you change it to like a lower HD, it'll maybe it's our video or our internet connection.
I'll try it. All right, so this game is getting going. We got some hitting action already. This looks like it's a priming game. Akiko's doing a priming game and a holding game simultaneously. Steve has a 1, is it double ones? 1, 6, 1, 5. Steve rolls a 1, 5 and hits, so Akiko has his prime interrupted. And she's got to come into Steve's home board, and she doesn't do it. She stays out. And now Steve she rolled double 5s, double 6s, or 6-5 clearly. Steve rolls, is it a 3-1? No, 3-2? No, double 3s. No, 5-2. Sorry, Steve at a 5-2. We're going to keep playing with these settings, and maybe we can actually see it better. 480p. Oh, did I lose the feed? Let's see. You've got it. So you're watching
Yeah.
it from there. Awesome.
So,
And if you could call the rolls out, Ben, that would be helpful.
yeah, the only problem is I am currently a few rolls behind on my feed.
Oh.
But Steve just rolled a 5-2. I think that's where you just were.
I lost it. I'm behind now on the stream. We're trying to get back to full screen here on Voice of Backgammon.
So 6-3 for Akiko. She's going to pop in and out, leaving Steve 4s. Steve also really wants to get his back checker out, but he does roll a 4. He hits here. And what does he do with 3? I think maybe he comes down. He's just trying to build his prime. No, picks it up. Says no blots. Makiko would have hit. Genius play. How did he know?
All right, we've got a Twitch.tv ad here. This will be over in a moment.
Wow, Steve rolls double 4. That's got to be his best here. He is going to build the prime. Hit
Steve rolls double 4s, and he comes in. Oh my gosh, he makes a point. 2 points on his home board and hits Akiko.
Now, I made this play automatically. He hasn't made it yet, but now he's looking at it. Okay, good.
All right, we've got it clear. We're back. Oh my gosh, and then Steve doubled. Akiko dropped, and the reason that Steve doubled didn't play for the gammon is because Akiko has an advanced anchor. When a player, your opponent, has 2 checkers on a point on the 3, 4, or 5 point, your home board, it's unlikely they're going to get gammoned. But they're going to get shots. It's likely they'll get shots. So it's just better just take your point and move on to the next game. And that's exactly what happened here. All right, so it's 4-2.
All right.
And Akiko has opened up with a 6-3. And Steve returns with a 5-3. He can't hit. So he makes his 3-point. Kiko's now rolling, and she has a 5-2. She can safety up a checker, and
Probably bring it down.
and now she's got a choice. She can bring it down, or she can play safely 10-8. She brings it down. She wants to prime and trap Steve's 2 checkers back on her 1 point. That's her game plan. At the same time, her game plan is to run. And so, strangely enough, Steve's right play is maybe 13-11, 6-5 here, because he's looking to contain her and prime her. It's a little harder for him to prime because he's got the 3-point, those 2 holes in his home board.
So I think this is going to be slightly better for that.
Let's find out. What is the
reason.
play?
For that exact reason.
Let's find out what the right play is here.
It is in fact slightly better.
Yep.
To split because
Steve made
it's
the
tough
right
to prime
play.
with a single checker
Steve
back.
made the right play. Maybe if he had 2 checkers on the 4-point, it might have been the right
Yeah,
play.
something like that, exactly, where you got a little bit more ammo.
Yeah, interesting. Great. We see the XG analysis on that. Now, Steve rolls a 3-2, and he cannot make the 4-point because Akiko already did that.
So he's definitely going to make the 11. I think he's going to step up into the shots,
Yeah.
but
Now,
no, let's keep plays
Akiko has
down.
10 men in the zone, and that's the reason Steve didn't come up. You see, Steve has 1 man on his Akiko's 1 point. He had 4 men on the midpoint, so that leaves 10 men in the zone. All right, and Akiko has the only one she can take. She creeps up. Steve now with 6s and 4s to hit. And what's his roll? And he comes in. He's got 5
Oh, there it is.
So he can hit her.
I think he has to, right? What does he have other than that?
Oh, the other choice is, I mean, he could run a back
He could run from the
checker.
back, I
He's
guess.
4, 6s, 1s, 3s.
He's down by 2 after the play.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough.
Tough.
What do you do?
I don't know. I think I would hit and come
And
out
he
to
could
the
even go to the
18.
1 point. I mean, there's all kinds of different plays here. What to do? He could bring 2 men down, hoping she doesn't roll a 7 or an 8, and if she does, he gets a return shot. He could run a checker. He could safety up, play 10-6, and come out to her bar point. But none of these plays is very pleasant, and there's always 10-1.
So after the right play, he's 39.4% to win.
And so running the back checker is the best play. And hitting on the 2-point is the second best play for the 11-point.
He made my play, interestingly enough. My play was wrong by 0.04, so pretty much just wrong.
All right. Oh, it's all right, though. Akiko hits. She comes with a 4. She doesn't hit the home
She
board.
did not cube. Both of these players have missed their initial cube in every game.
Oh.
It's interesting that
They're
maybe it's
conservative.
purposeful. Yeah, maybe they're both kind of sitting back, wanting to let this match develop a little bit.
Yeah, now Steve's got an interesting 4 to play. He can safety up his checker, or he can make the 2-point.
I think I don't like the 2-point, but I think I make it just because it's duplicated and you need structure here. This
So
game,
Ben's saying make the 2-point, leave her the 6, but you know
You're gonna get cubed either way,
Steve
by the
is going to
way.
get a lot of return shots, but the danger of leaving that blot out there is that Steve can attack and pick up that blot and gammon a Kiko. So
looks like
that's
it
the
is
only
big.
danger, but the big
It's
play.
really big. You just gotta make the 2.
You got to make the 2 point.
And now this
and
cube
Bart
is
at
huge.
23
I hope
is
she doesn't miss
interesting.
it. She missed this cube. That's really strange to me,
Oh,
after,
Bart at
especially after that
23,
play.
sorry. 4 to 2.
I mean, they're both really sitting
Oh, so
back
they
on
had
the
a-
cube. I
she
don't
had
know.
a cube.
Oh yeah, it was
Huge,
it,
right? Because she's got
it
2
may not be a
checkers back
take.
there.
I'm not sure. I mean, it was just.
All right, now she's thinking, nope, it's Steve's roll.
It's still a big take,
And-
fortunately, but it was just such a monster cube.
Steve rolls double ones. What a
Wow.
great roll! It's like he hits, he makes his 5-point, and he's
She's
got
gonna
one
feel
more.
justified not cubing now because
Totally, yes. And he's got to make a decision, you know. But he's gonna
to the
play
22, definitely
you
to
know,
the 22. Oh, what are you looking at, Steve?
So he's coming in from
No,
the
no,
starting
you can't
position,
anchor here.
and he's definitely gonna hit.
Okay,
It's the
yeah.
only game plan.
Gotta hit and make the 5-point, and then you just gotta go to the 22. You gotta give yourself 6s out.
You know, Steve is the race is about even here. Steve's up down by a few pips, but we'll see what he's thinking about. You know, playing 7 to 6 or 8 to 7, and this has got to be
Wow. So
the
I'm
right play.
I'm
But then
actually
on
wrong
the other
again.
hand, he wants to come up and get his 6s out,
So
but he needs 5s and 6s to cover.
I've seen this a couple times this weekend. It turns out that XG wants you to make the 7-point, and yeah, I mean I can understand why.
Oh, look at that! Yeah, well, it's very close.
Yeah, I mean 0.03. Those you make too many of those blunders or errors, I mean, and they add up. So
Oh, and a 4-3, and a Kiko hits. Oh, she hits on the bar. She rolls a great number. She had a lot of shots though. 4-3, you know, 1-6, 2-6, 2-5. We're all good. Steve makes a nice roll coming in. He can't hit, but he can safety and make the anchor. And a Kiko definitely has a cube here. But she does not double. And she can't roll. She can't play the 6-4. Her checker is stuck there.
it's just so strange that they're missing all these cubes. I didn't get it. Maybe
A
that's the
lot of
nerves?
cubes. I don't know.
I wouldn't think so. These
Kiko's a
guys are
money
both
player.
burst, right?
She's a money player. But Kiko's got that blot sitting out there. There's 6s and 4s duplicated. She really would like to hit if she can. She's looking at the 6s here.
I would probably play 2 down
This
and
is-
duplicate
This
the
is
6.
looking
just
like a
this.
better play. But is there a way that she could actually hit? She could hit from, hitting on the 1-point, maybe, actually, but he's got a better board, you know, so what are you going to do? Anyway, 2-1, and he cannot hit. He misses the 6 and the 4. He had such a great opportunity to come back and completely turn this game around.
So many shots.
Welcome, John Perner of Gammon Stuff. Yay! Gold sponsor for the voice of Backgammon. Welcome, John Perner.
Thank you very much.
John's a great supporter of the game of Backgammon and voice of Backgammon. Visit gammonstuff.com for all your backgammon needs. Steve is playing to win this game. He's coming up, rolling double 6s next time if Akiko doesn't roll a 2 or a 9.
Okay,
And
Kiko's
double
finally,
3s is not the 9.
Finally look at this cube. I mean, I'm not. The last cube was barely a take, actually.
Kiko is up by 24 pips, and likely, you know, there's, I think, 11 numbers that don't get past the first set of checkers.
You're right.
So,
You're right.
So, you know, and then you add in all the ways that she's going to leave a shot. It's very high, but it's worth it because he's got to hit it. And if she rolls a 2, even if she leaves a shot, this is really curtains for Steve. He's got to roll 2s and then 5s or 6s. It's going to be really tough for him to get out of there with his 6s block. So you can see he's got 3 checkers on Akiko's 3-point. And if she can cover his block his 6s there, there's no way for him to get out unless he rolls 2s and then 5s and 6s. And he doesn't have a lot of time. He's only got 4 other checkers to move. And if he crops up with a 2, Akiko can pounce on him. So it's really, unless Steve has a great board. So she is turning the cube, and it's a great cube. And believe it or not, this is a take. Steve shakes it. He wants to know what dice are in there. He's thinking very carefully about this. Not a huge blunder to drop. He's taking a picture Steve, we've got you covered, man. We know.
Interesting enough, this is one thing that Steve is amazing at. He takes pictures of all of his cubes and he studies them later. It's why he's one of the best players in the world.
Well, look at this. Steve is playing with, what's his PR right now?
So Steve's PR is currently 3.9.
Look at this. Both around 4. This is just fantastic to watch these players play. Under the heat of competition, they're playing in the open, big stakes here. Awesome players, 2 of the world's best players. Steve is dropping the double.
Wow.
He is dropping the double. There are so many numbers that leave a shot, but he just didn't want to risk her rolling the 2.
Well, and he may have realized that she should have doubled roll after roll previous.
Well, that's not going to change his decision.
Well, it might.
Make him make the wrong decision
this
here.
This is what I'm getting at. Many of us who study with XG doesn't miss cubes, right? XG always doubles on time. So when you know your opponent has missed an initial cube, you know that you're past that obvious take zone, and it's easier to pass. You think that it may be a pass easier.
Are you saying you want to encourage inappropriately early doubles?
I'm saying
are those jelly beans?
Yes, you're welcome to them. And I'm saying that the studying against XG makes it so that we get used to all doubles being takes, and this is not XG. So he's got to be very careful not to.
Well, you know that Carter-Matic would have taken that double.
he wouldn't have let it hit the table, and he also would have won the game, by the way.
That's exactly right. All right, 4-2. Steve now has had the choice of making the 4-point, but opted instead to make Akiko's 5-point. Correctly so.
Apparently I screwed something up here. I guess she got hit somewhere and then fanned. I don't know.
Uh-oh.
This is weird.
All right, 4-2 for Steve. And a 4-3 for Akiko. Oh, 6-1. Even though it's going to leave a shot, there's no question. Make a 4-point prime in front of Akiko. And now it's hard for Akiko to get out. And now double threes. What does she do with the other 2? Probably bring them down from the midpoint. Oh, but she doesn't. She doesn't block his 6s. What matters really is the race. Like if you're behind, you want to block your opponent. And if you're ahead, so I don't know if that was right. What does XG say about that?
Well, I am just not going to be able to get us to that play. I've got the moves, but I've just got an illegal position overall. So
all right, Ben's working on getting this set up here. Double 2s for Akiko. Favorite one fell on the floor. Thank you, Ben.
Yes.
Linda.
I didn't know you guys were. So if you win Justin, then our match stands. If you don't, then I play Justin.
Okay.
I thought you and Al were playing for the seniors.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, I thought I was in that bracket.
Anyway, it's okay. It's all right, no problem.
Okay, so Justin is ready if you are.
Is he? Okay, so I'm going to go and play. That was Linda Clay advising me that I have a match to play.
Wait, so what happened?
And so.
He played out of turn.
Right, and who won?
Larry did.
Oh.
Justin, no offense.
So you right, because then if you get on a chance.
Why would I
Justin
take
wins.
offense?
Nice, yeah.
You let me win.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, one more cherry. Then I'm going to play. All right, now I got enough sugar. Larry Shiller, voice of Backgammon. Go Akiko, go Steve. This is an awesome match. Steve's up 4-3. Their PRs are both world class. An absolute joy to watch 2 of these wonderful players playing this game. And this role in particular for Steve is interesting. He's going to play the 5 or the 6 out. And I'm going to let Steve do this, and Ben will figure it out for you.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be back.
I've cleared all the...
Larry Shiller, voice of Backgammon, with Ben Friesen doing live XG transcription. I want to thank our sponsors, GammonStuff.com, BMAB, USBGF, and Backgammon Learning Center. We'll be back. I'll be back shortly, but you may continue to watch.
All right, so Akiko rolled a 4-3 here. Steve did come out with a 6. We are now looking at a 4-6 for Steve. So Steve is actually slightly behind in this race, even though he is racing. And he hopes that this prime holds, that she doesn't do something like a roll a double 6. But she also kind of wants to hold and not have to leave with the 6 sometimes. Looks like she's going to give up on that now, and I think that's probably right because she can hold a 4-point board. Steve wants to just make the 3-point, or actually probably 1-2 is one of Steve's favorite non-racing numbers. Obviously, double 6 would be better for the raise. But he wants to leave his spares distributed well so that when she rolls a single 6, he can attack her. So he's probably going to make the 3 and come in here. She's going to roll, and he hopes she rolls a 6, but not double 6. 5-1, also not 5-1. She just has to play the 1. Now he is gonna catch up in the race a little bit here, as she can't leave with her large numbers. She's gonna lose some in the race. Currently, though, Steve is behind by 9 pips, and he's one of the best pip counters in the world. That is one thing that he's really good at. So he would have seen that immediately and not cubed. Although it looks like it was a cube. Interestingly enough, he was supposed to double there, even though he's down by 7 pips in the race. It's all about the fact that she cannot cleanly leave, and he's going to be able to attack her, especially with no board. So let's see if he doubles this time. It looks like it is a correct cube again. Oh, and it's a pass this time. Very interesting. He just lost his market. Now, we have seen Akiko take a borderline decision already, so that is also what this is. She may take again. Let's see what happens. So he chooses not to double, and he rolls a 6-5. Good for the race, bad for the distribution. She rolls a 3-1. She is not going to leave here, and Steve has absolutely got to double at this point. There's plenty of shot equity. Maybe it's a take, but at the end of the day, you're even in the race. She's got a ton of wastage. You're going to get shots. You just got to cube this. I'm not sure if it's a take. Let's take a look. It's now a huge pass. Huge. All right, good. She does pass. Steve definitely missed a couple cubes there. Okay, now we're standard opening 2-5. It's got to be a good number for Akiko. If I'm her here, I'm making my 4 point. That's exactly what she's looking at. So she did. Looks like a 1-2. Yep. She's going to hit here. $5-3 for Akiko. Not her best number. She's just going to come down and hopefully be able to attack next roll. 5-2 for Steve. Also not his best number, although he's going to make the 11 point here. It's a pretty good point to have, and so especially before you have your 5 point. The 11 point's almost like platinum or gold, silver, whatever you want to call it, behind the golden point. 4-1 for Akiko. These are some tougher decisions, although kind of trivial. They're not obvious plays because they're kind of average numbers. 3-3 for Steve. This is going to be big. He cannot run, though. He's looking immediately at the 5 point. Now, I think that for sure you make the 5 point, but maybe you make the 3 point here. I'm guessing since Steve made the play, it's correct. Let's take a look. No, you do make the 3 point, actually. Now, Kiko did roll a 5-5, and she's going to run out and make the 3 point herself. That, I think, makes sense. $6-3 for Steve. He did miss. What is he going to do with this? I think he has to slot. Yep. Now, Akiko's looking at cubing here. I'm honestly kind of surprised. They've both been very shy with the cube today. But, I mean, this has got to be a monster double, not only at the score, but also because you're up 20 pips in the race. Just for money, this should be a cube, I think. Let's take a look. Yeah, this should be a pretty big cube for money. You are you're at about 30%, so it would be an easy take for money, certainly. At the score, it's also an easy take, but a cube. Let's take a look, see if it's a cube for money. It's a borderline cube for money, or borderline no cube, I should say. But Akiko did double, and correctly, it's a score. I expect Steve will take this. It's he has to know that it's a huge money take. And his take point's not that far off, just because he's leading this match 2 points. That's 8 away, 6 away, which, you know, as a reminder for those of you that don't normally score in that fashion, what's important about match equity is is that you have a certain number of points before you win the match. So it's not that it's 3-5 right now. It's actually that Akiko needs 8 points and Steve needs 6 points. And so at that score, when Akiko needs 8 and Steve needs 6, he has to know that she's going to double a little bit more aggressively, but that he still takes pretty normally. So we got a 5-1 for Akiko. She is going to button up on her 8, make the 8, and then play the 5 in probably. Are there any other plays? This is not a good number. I'm not sure what other plays there are, though. Let's take a look here. So actually she likes running. I should have thought of that, actually. That's a good play. It's a lot of shots, but when it works, it's going to work really well. So Steve must have rolled a 4-1 after she played this 5-1. Or did he roll a 1-1? Wow, actually a 1-1. That is a stunning number. Double 3 also is very good, but Kiko cannot be that excited that Steve is holding the cube at this point. Now, Steve just rolled a 6-4. Wow, so Steve is going to be able to run here. He may look at making the 2-point. Oh, he did make the 2-point. Interesting. Yes, he can run next time. Making the board is more important. Absolutely. That's why Steve's there and I'm here. 6-3, great number for Akiko. She certainly would rather roll a 2, but if not, she wants to distribute herself well so she can make the 2-point. And now Steve rolls 5-6, so this is what I was talking about. He can run. But actually, he's got another really strong play here. By making the ace point, he can win some gammons, especially when he immediately rolls another 6. In general, you want to attack a single checker, but this prime looks really tempting to hold. What I mean by that is, as a general rule, when you're playing backgammon, if you have a priming game like Steve has here, you only really want to play that priming game if you have 2 checkers back. It's very difficult to prime a single checker. So the mantra is prime a pair, attack a blot. So let's see what XG says. I personally, I would attack here. I'd go with the mantra. Been wrong before. Looks like I'm wrong again. The right play is to run all the way out to the 13. It's close, but not that close. It's almost a blunder. Interesting. Plus made that a lot closer. Let's do a quick rollout, see what XG says. So the rollout is pretty definitively siding on the running play. Still early in the rollout, but the confidence is 99.9% currently. No, I sent you that long ago.
Oh.
But when the match first started.
Oh. Okay. I still have a match to play.
Did you end up winning against, what's his name?
Justin Moore?
Yeah.
That's who we're looking for.
Oh, okay.
I still haven't played the match, so I'll join you guys here.
So what do you think about this 6-5, Larry? This is a really tough play.
6-5, I would be...
so here we go. This 6-5. Your two key options are to attack or to run. You also could come down.
You know, running is interesting because, White's got to make a number of plays to make it work. And then if you hit, you could run out of time and crash.
So attacking, in fact, running was correct, and attacking was close. But I was talking about the mantra of attack a blot, prime a pair, and I would have attacked as well for that reason.
There's a lot of numbers, Akiko, it's a lot of numbers that come in, and Rika, oh, look at that 3-4. She would have hit in the 2-point come in. Oh, she stays out.
Instead she dances. Now he's got a really strong. Oh, wow, look at this. So, yeah, you got 6-2, you got 5-3, you got 6-3. That's 6 market losers right there. Double 5 is excellent. You make the 3-point with it. I think it's maybe not. Maybe you come around.
Oh, this is really
wow. It's got to be a take, though, right?
He's thinking long and hard about this re-cue because now this could be the match.
Right. But certainly I'm taking this.
And the reason I say it could be the match, this is a match to 11 points. And you see that Akiko is 8 points away and Steve is 6 points away. He's holding the cube at 2. There is a small gammon chance. He's got, I don't know, probably around 20% to gammon her because he could pick up that second checker. Well, she really doesn't have a good chance to as much to gammon him.
So look at these numbers.
He did roll double 5s. Oh my gosh, he rolled double 5s.
No way.
Yes, he did. That's what he was thinking about playing.
Snapped.
He didn't double.
Oh yeah, I saw those
my
double fives in the
God.
middle. I thought they were just her
That's
dice.
amazing.
That's
And
amazing. So he was the whole time he was only thinking about.
And now he's thinking
How to
about
play.
doubling. But now he's going to crash his board.
Wow.
16, not quite 16 out of 30s because 2-1.
This has to be
doesn't
Kiko. You have
crash.
20 market losers.
No,
I'm not,
I don't
I don't think
know.
she can even take this, can she?
Yeah, I think I would take this
Wow, I don't know.
because you have so many.
What's the? I don't know the take point of the score. That's the tough part.
Oh well, this is 3-way, 5-way. It's not. It's pretty normal.
It looks like it is, in fact, a small no double.
Yeah.
1-3. That's his only number that he can play that doesn't
Isn't
crack.
that amazing?
1-1,
And he played
1-3, and 1-2. I guess.
Yeah.
Very few.
Yep. So he did it. Now he needs a 5. Now he's thinking about doubling.
I think he's just thinking about rolling a 6.
Okay.
Oh, he
And
rolls the
five.
5-4.
He gets
Oh,
out.
geez.
He gets out now. He's got the cube and it's a drop.
So this has to be a drop.
But
So maybe you just play
well,
on
maybe
here.
not.
Yeah.
Maybe it's too good.
Yeah, it is
because-
actually now way too good.
because
so
you can
just
come
had to
out
lose your
and you
market
got plenty
there.
of time to roll the 5 and 6.
If you don't do
5-3,
it, oh, that's
he
great.
goes and hits. He just doesn't
Wow.
waste any time. And we watch the expression on Kiko's face
The pained expression.
as
She
she
hated
realizes that she's going to be
it. 5-5. Wow, he is just
losing
rolling so well now.
3-9. If Steve is able to gammon
There are
her
so
in
many
this
gammons
match.
here as well, especially after that 5-5. There are 43% gammons.
Yeah,
almost.
well, she's got to get off. It's normally around 40% with 2 men on the bar, but she doesn't have any checkers on the 1 or 2 points, so that adds a couple of percentage points to the gammon probability.
This would be a big roll for
This
that
is a
now,
big
because
reference decision.
If he,
Position.
6-4 is great.
Great roll for Steve. Great roll for you. The danger with you have a flat board like that. The problem is,
It flagged something, but it looks like we're good. So the problem is you don't want to leave yourself out on the outside when you're bearing off in that
Right.
position.
and it's a 2-1. Did he roll a 2-1?
I think it's a 5. Oh, no, it's
Oh,
a
double twos.
Wow. So he could take a checker off here. I think you just play safe because your opponent has a great board. Oh, he's looking at taking it off, I guess.
Yeah, because you want to stay even in terms of.
Oh,
not
he's thinking
the
about playing safe
distribution.
in this way because
Yeah.
now, okay,
It
if you're going to
still
play
reduces
safe,
the
this might be better.
probability.
I wouldn't have made this play.
6
It looks like 2
Comes in on the
off. Taking
6,
2 off was better.
and because you get more gammons.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, no question. I mean,
The question really was just,
5-2. So
how many
Steve's playing it. He's playing it not to. Akiko's in it to the end. She's the kind who's going to stay out. Steve will roll 3-1. She'll stay out. He'll roll doubles, and
right,
she'll hit.
right, exactly.
I mean, that's
and Steve will
how-
know she's going to hit just a second he leaves the shot.
Exactly right. All right, 6-5 for Steve. He's got a very good gammon chance going here. Akiko, if Steve can roll one
this
set of
should-
doubles.
This should
6-3.
really hurt the gammon chance.
No, that's going to hurt a lot. It's down to probably 15% or less, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it is 15% exactly.
All right,
Look at
there you
that.
go. All right, I make a lucky guess every now and then. 5-4 for Steve. He needs 2 sets of doubles, most likely, to keep Akiko.
Oh,
Definitely,
it's
it's
just
over
not
now.
going to matter.
Well, it can happen.
He needs to roll a double here, obviously.
He has to roll a double, or the gammon is off, guaranteed. So let's see what he can do. Can he roll the doubles? Otherwise, he'll just pick up the dice and concede. 5-1, that's it.
That's it.
And Akiko, she is going to roll because it is not
It's
possible.
It's not clear, but it's not possible. Yeah,
It's
when you look at it, it's
She's taking 3. She puts it in
you just
instead of
bring it in,
cleverly
now
playing
2-1
3
takes
to
it
2. Then now they finally stop. Okay, they could have stopped the roll early, I believe. But
yeah,
maybe not.
you're right. I looked at 2-1, and you never don't get off.
And by the way, the way that these players know whether or not a gammon is possible or not is they just say, because there's no contact, 2-1 is the worst roll in backgammon as far as the race is concerned. Double 6 is the best roll. So you take the player who's ahead, you give them 2-1 every roll. You take the player who's behind, you give them double 6 every roll. And if a gammon can't happen, then it's not going to happen. It's not Phil Simborg. It's the one and only Phil Simborg.
Yeah, they're both playing
of the
quite
Backgammon
well.
Learning Center,
Yeah,
who's joining us.
There are some missed
All right, they are
plays in
taking a
here,
break.
so their PRs are going to go up a little
They're
bit,
still
but
playing great.
they are. They're
Oh,
actually
they're playing.
great.
Oh, this is amazing. Phil, come and join us and do
Well,
some commentary.
it's interesting, Phil. What do you think about this? They both have been missing a lot of cubes, and I wasn't sure if they were maybe doing it purposefully. It's the finals; they don't want to jack up the cube too fast.
I don't think either one of them is missing anything purposely.
Okay, so you think
Against each
they're
other.
probably
They
just
both-
legitimate?
They're both great players.
They are. They absolutely
They're
are.
not going to play games with each other. They're going to do their very, very best to play their best, whether they were being streamed or not. They both know they're both 2 of the better players in the world. Why in the heck would they ever Yeah, I mean, if
I
they
don't
were
know,
playing,
I don't
if they
know.
were playing me, yeah, they may
Right,
double a little
right.
later.
They'd wait till they were way too good, 'cause they'll still take it, right?
You know, I understand that, but against when you're a giant playing a giant, you're not fooling around with the cube. So if they're missing a cube, they're just missing it.
Interesting. Well, they're both still playing great.
Yeah,
No doubt about it.
They're both two really horrible players in my opinion. They're really not that good.
Phil with the jokes, the stand-up comedy routine over here.
No, I'm serious. They're terrible players. But Mochi's just mediocre, and he's the best.
Right. That's true.
The point is, we're all terrible players
Right.
compared to XG.
XG, exactly.
It's so easy to criticize people who make mistakes over the board because it's impossible to play this game so that well. It's a hard game.
And there you have it.
I gotta go get Kiko some coffee. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. They're taking a break, by the way, Phil.
Okay, I know.
Phil, what?
All right, we're on break for now. Want to thank our sponsors, GammonStuff.com. John Perner has fantastic boards, gorgeous. There's a whole setup of them here at the LAX Hilton, and they're absolutely beautiful. So visit GammonStuff.com if you're in the market for a board. They make a great gift for Christmas and the holidays and Hanukkah. And those other holidays they talk about, was it Kwanzaa? There's something else. Anyway, there's lots of opportunities to give all your friends great backgammon stuff. Get them involved in the game. What a wonderful gift. It's not just giving them a board. It's really giving them a new hobby and a new way to even live longer. Recent research has shown that backgammon players and people who play games, mind sport games like backgammon, actually have a higher quality of life. So it's a great reason to start in your 20s or even younger. What an awesome game. And we're so fortunate to be watching the best players in the world here at the California State Championship. Candace Mayron and Ergen are doing, and Bayruck are doing an amazing job running this tournament. This is Patrick Gibson, who's run this for years. He's turning the reins over to Candace and Ergen, and they are doing an awesome job both promoting and running this tournament. We see Ben on the camera coming in and checking out the display. There is Pat Gibson, I think, in the corner of the screen under Steve Sachs' side. There's Ergen, I think, in the background as well. So we've got some luminaries in the backgammon world in the picture while Steve and Kiko are on break right now. Other sponsors of Voice of Backgammon and the sport in general include Backgammon Learning Center. Phil Simborg, who just stopped by, has the best players in the world as his teachers. And if you're looking to get better at the game of backgammon, visit backgammonlearningcenter.com. And I'm going to run for a match right now. We'll be back streaming shortly as the players resume their seats momentarily. This is Larry Shiller of Voice of Backgammon. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe at voiceofbackgammon.com and on twitch.tv at Voice of Backgammon. Play will resume shortly, and XG analysis will resume shortly as well.
Whenever you're ready.
I'm ready. Just gonna turn off this streaming thing.
All right, I will be right back. I am going to go update some brackets for you guys.
playing? How's life?
I've been just kind of, you know, kind of like,
travel enough. You don't do enough tournaments.
I don't, and I miss it. I want to, that's
Yeah,
that's on my list, yeah.
You gotta give up the family and your job and just play backgammon. You're too good a player not to waste your life this way.
You look great, Phil. How are you?
Me too. I'm doing great.
Yeah,
Life is good.
I missed the lesson today. Did you do that emoji? Did he
Yeah,
have?
we did the Mochi quiz. Mochi and I went over the problems and discussed approaches to
I can't believe those problems.
solving them.
They're, was that number 6 or 5 or 7?
7.
7. So I'm,
Number 7. I've taken them all.
can I ask him for an extra coffee? If he'll sell it to me?
We'll solve it. 20 bucks.
He gave me the first, well, I had 1, 2, or 3.
He'll give it to you for 20 bucks.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'll let you eat.
Okay, we are ready to go. You gonna do some?
Yeah, but I'm not sure whether this is muted or not.
It's on. There's 3 mics right here on the table, so.
Looks like they're getting ready to go. Yeah.
They are. They said, Ben, what are you doing over here? Go transcribe our match. They both love seeing their PRs right afterwards. I know most Giants do. I'm going to text him.
I just played Matt Congeyer, and I bet him on the PR. That's how.
Did you really?
I did.
Wow, you must like giving away. I mean, how'd you do?
Hasn't been transcribed yet, but he spots me 2.5 PR.
Oh, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Well, it was a problem. I was constantly torn between making what I thought was the right play, because we also had a bet on the match.
Oh.
And often the wrong PR play is what's going to win me the match against Matt Congeyer.
Right. You couldn't decide what you wanted to do more. Win the match.
Tough. He had the same problem, he said.
You should have bet who could get their PR close enough to 7 or something.
That's right.
You know, there's some really interesting plays in this match that I was kind of surprised with. What do you think about this? I don't know if you saw this 6-5.
I was playing. I didn't say I was getting beat by Matt while this was going on.
So don't look at the analysis. I want to show you this.
Earlier, I wasn't being facetious. No matter, even the great players like this are going to miss lots of plays and cues, and it's real easy to look smart when you're looking at XG.
What do you think about this 6-5? Oh, you have to look over here. I'll have to catch up in a second, though.
6-5 for black.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, out and hit.
Okay.
Is that the right play?
Nope.
Nope.
So I was thinking that we needed to attack, and it turns out the right play is just to run.
Just to run.
Just run.
They're going to attack play to me too.
Wow, so interesting here. Akiko, I think, is looking at this double 4 and like looking at a massive blunder. No, she already played it. She already played it. I wonder why. She has to know this is the wrong play, right?
Oh yeah, we all know this play.
So why do you think she's? This is why I'm like trying to make the argument that maybe they're playing a little different against each other, because this is not the only one where it just seems totally out of character to me.
Yeah, that is a play that I guarantee you 1,000 times she knows the right play. I'm perplexed about that. That's.
Maybe she just didn't realize he split. I don't know. That's weird.
It is weird.
And she's down in the score too, so she should be playing aggressively, which is probably what's making it such a bad play compared to a normal score. So 4-1 for Steve here. He's just going to come down and step up. Kiko's looking to prime. She probably can already start thinking about the cube here, although it's pretty obvious this isn't a cube. But being down in the match, she's got to be a little more aggressive.
She's thinking about the cube, I guarantee you.
Sure. So now Steve really wants to roll a 2 here. He did, but it's only a 2-3, so he cannot run. He probably steps up
I'm
anyway.
doubling. If I'm a Kiko, I'm doubling here.
Yeah, this has got to
I'm
be
doubling, and I don't,
especially with the extra block now.
and I don't know if Steve is taking it or not. He probably is taking because of the. But I don't know. What's the race?
It's very even.
This has got to be a double.
Yeah, I have to agree here, and I think she's going to roll right past it again, just based on
No,
trend.
she's looking. She's playing poker. You know that she won the Japan Poker Championships last year?
Really?
She's playing poker right now.
And this is barely a take. Barely a take.
Right.
I mean, 0.05. It's
she thinks it's a drop, and she's going to take a while, hoping he's more likely to take. There you go. Atta girl. And this is why we have clocks for Steve Sachs. he once took 12 minutes on an opening 3-1 move.
I heard that he once took 45 on a cube.
Yeah, on a cube. Yeah, this is before we had clocks. Steve is the #1 reason we have clocks. And with a clock, he plays reasonably, and he's a normal player, and he's a great guy. But without a clock, he's figured, why shouldn't I take as much time as I want?
That's like when people try to argue against a clock with somebody like Stick, right? Stick will just sit there for 25 minutes just because, let alone trying to figure out the right play.
He's doing it to prove that you need a clock.
Right. Somebody like that. I mean, somebody like Stick probably could play very close to, the best PR that anybody's seen if he takes forever. But he doesn't want to take forever. This game's no fun when you sit there and look at plays for 40 minutes every play.
I hated watching, and I was doing the commentary on the finals in Las Vegas without a clock. That was one of the. I got bored doing the commentary.
Wow, and he did pass.
Well, it's not a huge blunder to pass at all.
No, but this is the second cube that he's passed against her that's a take.
Well, the #1 thing people do wrong when they're winning is they drop too much. And the #1 thing people do wrong too much when they're losing is they double too fast. So you should take advantage of it on either side. And Akiko took it. Well, Akiko had a good, strong double anyway. But Steve, he doesn't want her to catch up. To me, it's surprising when you're winning how right it is to take lots of cubes. Because you're almost always looking at the downside, and you're afraid of losing, and you don't look at the upside of how big it is when you take the cube and win.
What's the correct reply here? You're leading the match 7 away, 4 away. You run or you make the 2?
Make
or?
the 2.
Okay. So that was my automatic play, but I'm never really sure how the score impacts
that.
that.
You must be wrong.
No,
you were right.
You were right. You were absolutely
Steve
right.
was wrong. I would have made the 2.
Now he's being punished for it.
So everybody knows now that I'm better than Steve Sachs? Is that it? Why are you laughing? When I don't tell jokes, when I tell jokes, nobody laughs.
When you're serious, everyone laughs.
Everybody's laughing.
Look, I would concede that I suspect you're better at the openings. No, I would just say you are better at the openings than Steve. I think you're better at the openings than most people in the world.
I don't know about that. I'm pretty
well, most people in the world don't play backgammon.
Right. I'll take Stick and David Rockwell and Knack Ballard and Paul Weaver is the best. And now Jim Pasco has also been studying openings and second responses, probably as good as anybody in the world.
So you got 3-1 for Akiko here.
This is not easy.
Yeah, that 6-2 that Steve just played actually was quite wrong. 0.09. He was supposed to just. Wow, he was just supposed to slot the 7 and play behind. That's
a hard play.
A hard play. I don't know.
You can't blame people for missing plays.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those plays that I think only a bot sees.
There are some plays where XG dings you a lot for PR, but mentally it's not that big an error. It just happens to be a small mental mistake that works out to be a big equity error. And that was one of them, in my opinion.
5-1 for Steve. He's just going to play around. So Steve has only a small race lead here. Akiko did make a pretty sizable error on the double 4. She's supposed to come out and create contact. She's really close in the race. Now she just rolled like a 5 or a 3-2 maybe. Must be like a 3-2. And Steve rolled a
4-2.
A 4-1, I guess, because he stacked it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, somehow he stacked it. And then she rolled a 4-2.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, yes. Steve is on bottom. So.
That's right.
So now a 4-1 again for Steve.
Boy, this is a very ugly position for Steve.
Yeah, and I mean, I just automatically stacked it on the 8-point. You really want to be able to clear the 13 with a single double here. It looks like he didn't do it. It's close, though.
It's close.
It's not a big deal.
Kiko's 5-2. Well.
With how ugly this position is, do you consider running with the
No.
20 off the 20?
Well, she did, but I was considering making the 2-point and coming off the mid and leaving a blot on the mid.
Yeah, the blot's not that big of a deal, is it?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
you're
the play
like close in the race.
That's the play I
though.
would have made.
I like your play. You just talked me into it just like that.
That's why we got so blurry now. We've lost the picture.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. It looks like she made
Oh,
the right
that's
play.
okay. She did.
Yeah, they're all pretty close. But.
I was going to say I don't bet against the Kiko, except I play her for money all the time, and I think I've helped finance many of her trips.
Did he just roll a 5-2 and not hit and cover? Like, did he just not even look at it? I guess it was wrong. I would have at least looked at it, though. I just felt like he just skipped it. Huh.
He knew it was wrong. His only game is racing.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want her back on the 1 point.
No,
I
you
mean, that
don't
makes
want-
sense. That makes sense.
You just want his only game is racing. He doesn't want to get any contact at all here with the Kiko's board. So I have a formula for this. It's called the rule of 4 that Grant Hoffman came up with, and he has a double if he's up 15% in the race and has 4 or fewer checkers in the mid, but he's not up 15% in the race. That's why
Great
it's
rule,
not
by
a
the
double.
way. I started using that after
It works perfectly.
after I learned about it.
Yeah, great. Got to thank Grant Hoffman of New Zealand for coming up with that. One of our BLC teachers, a great teacher. But in this position, I know exactly when it's right to double. By the way, Steve Sachs knows that rule too, because he and I talked about it 3 days ago at Joe Russell's house. It came up. We were in a shoette, and I described the rule, and he thought, "Gee, that's great." You know?
Right? Yeah.
So
Akiko's now ahead in the race slightly.
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah.
pretty even,
she's
but
got to
slightly.
take forever when the race is close from here.
She really should have looked at running, I think. I'm surprised she didn't. Yeah, running was correct here.
I think you're right.
I mean, hopefully she can just roll another big
She's
6.
not
in a
afraid
row.
of volatility and contact too when you're losing in the match.
So she's definitely. I'll be
can still
shocked if she
run
doesn't
now.
see it here. 'Cause
She's-
now she's up
Yeah.
10 after the play.
Plus, you're doing too much wastage when
Right,
you start throwing
right.
checkers down. Look, she ran right
Yeah,
away. She
yeah.
didn't think about it there.
But now Steve's got to start thinking about hitting. He's down in the race. He might win more just by taking the chance at leaving shots.
This play is clear.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. Yeah, everything's a blunder after this. 3.5% difference in wins here.
How's their clock? We can't tell about their clock time.
She's at 7:50 and she's at 11 minutes, so
Okay.
they both have plenty of
Because
time.
this is the kind of play where I wouldn't waste much time.
Yeah. So he's definitely hoping to roll something small or big. Double 6. Look at this. He rolled something big. Come on in, guys.
That's going to give him a cube right away.
Yeah, he's gonna. I mean, even if she rolls something big, it's gonna be a cube, right? Now she could roll a 10 or something, and it's gonna be only 4 pips.
It's
5-1.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a huge cube.
It's a huge cube and a
It
pass.
should be a take 10%.
10? Oh, well, maybe.
And she's down in the down in the match, right?
Well,
Let's
that's
take a
why
look.
he's going to think longer about whether or not to
Look
take
at this.
it.
It turns out it's a small cube. I guess because of the score.
Yeah.
He's 70%.
I thought it was a quick, sure cube. I would have cubed that, especially against. Of course, if I'm playing the Kiko or Steve, I'm cubing. I got a hair trigger on the cube.
Yeah, exactly. As soon as you're confident it can't be wrong, you're like, you gotta go.
As soon as I'm confident it's not a blunder.
Right. Exactly. Oh, she has a checker in the back still. I forgot about that. Okay, so 6-5. And he still isn't cubing, but he did roll 2 small-ish numbers.
Well,
so.
one thing you can be sure of is Steve Sachs knows what the race is.
Yeah. I mentioned that he's got to be one of the best in the world at counting.
Well, he and Karen Davis, I think, are the 2 fastest pip counters I've ever seen. Even, well, Jack Hussein was up there too with him, of course.
So he's lost his cube, I think, because he's rolling small, she's rolling big. So he is going to probably not add wastage. I don't know. Like the gap on the 4 is kind of ugly.
And stacking the 2 is ugly.
Yeah.
Why not?
They're both about the same.
Okay. Steve Sachs wastes more time shaking his dice than anybody I know.
Oh, except it worked. He said, "Take that, Phil."
Yep, he taught me. From now on, I'm going to start shaking my dice forever, like Steve Sachs.
Look at this. This is going to be a big pass, I think,
Double
right?
pass.
Like, well, no, they both have 4 checkers. It's got to be a
pass.
pass.
Double pass.
It's like 20 pips.
double
It's just
pass.
such a quick pass.
She didn't take any time on that one.
Yeah.
They should. My brother and I play when we get into a pure race. Doubles don't count double. We take away the joker.
Really?
It
I
makes
like
the game,
that.
Well, it makes the game less exciting, but there's more skill.
Mm-hmm. So all of a sudden, like a 4 roll is a definitive double. Because it's such
Oh, it changes your cube action. It
right.
changes
And
everything.
4 roll might be a pass at that point. Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
We've been playing that way for years.
By the way, Phil puts some really interesting positions on Facebook. If you're not following any of his social media profiles, you really should. There's some great conversation about all the positions he posts from Chouettes and from tournaments and from everything he does.
Yeah, PJ Simborg is my Facebook site, and I get comments from Joe Russell and Jordan Granstead and Ben Friesen, and a lot of the great players give their opinions before I give you the answer. It's very interesting.
Yeah, most of us probably just look at. I mean, you know.
Right.
It's an interesting topic, actually. You know, what do you think? Do you think there's a lot of people who are still scared to be wrong on public forums like that?
Absolutely, but I know who they are.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, I got that. That's good.
I know Jorgen is very honest because he makes some real big mistakes and he's not afraid to admit it. And he's one of the best in the world. There's other people, and I won't name them, that seem to be never ever wrong. You show me somebody who's never wrong, and I'll show you a cheater.
I have to agree.
They're looking at in other words, they're making their comments after they look at the computer.
Right. I mean, and because I've posted plays before that are just the biggest bot plays you've ever seen, plays that no human would ever think of.
Yeah.
And the first 3 comments are the right play, and I'm like, go fly a kite. There's no way.
Right. That's right. Well,
There's
the quiz
no
factor
way.
might steer somebody to get.
Yeah, sure. I do remember that. The
Sometimes.
quiz factor does sometimes get you there, but yeah, it's interesting. Mr. Jeb Horton, welcome. Yeah, I don't know why. He just restarted it on this side, and it was fine. It was crystal clear. I went to it on my phone. It was fine.
Well, even on the regular side, all that yakking you guys are doing was for nothing.
Right? Yeah, they can.
Most of the yakking is for nothing anyway.
Well, no, our secondary stream that was going back out would have been bad. But the primary one, the voice of Backgammon, yeah, that was fine. It was fine the whole time.
So what's happening here?
Well, looks like Steve's just, charging ahead.
It's
Mr. High.
I'm going to make a donation to the voice of Backgammon.
Wow, $1,000. You don't have to do that.
You asked for 20.
Oh, well, I appreciate it, Julius. I really appreciate it. We're having fun with this and trying to encourage more participation in backgammon and all sorts.
Well, if people knew how much money Larry Shiller is spending to go to these tournaments and set this all up, you'd be embarrassed if you only gave $20.
Julius is still here.
Oh.
I'll give him $20 every turn.
We appreciate you, Julius. Let's go play some poker tonight.
I leave today at 6:30.
I think flight changes only cost about $75, so that's not a good excuse. Then what are you doing?
You go to the forum, where do you play?
Well, I think we're gonna go to Hollywood.
I love the bicycle.
Yeah, I kind of want to go to
that's
the
my
bicycle,
favorite.
but
That's my
I gotta be
favorite.
back over here by 7 a.m. tomorrow, or 5:30 or something. So I don't know.
The bike is-
I don't have a hotel room tonight. I'm just playing poker probably.
Gentlemen, I must go right now. So
All right. Well,
good luck.
goodbye.
Carry on.
Julius, always good to see you.
You too. Hey. I actually have a backgammon question. Are you guys on that?
Yeah, ask away though. Don't worry about it. Unless it's something like
Larry
personal.
uses this software, and it generates files that end with .flw.
F. LW flash something probably is my guess. I don't
So
know.
I need to know what driver I can get to
Just download VLC Media Player.
VLC Media.
I would lay you significant odds that will play whatever video file you have.
That's what I use too.
Okay. I got a new laptop.
I can help you get it loaded if you don't find it, but
Right now, but FLC.
VLC. It's a Video LAN something.
That'll work. Thank you.
What's happening in this match?
Julius, of course, one of the board members in the USPGF. Great guy.
Oh, there's a double 6.
Wow, that's gonna be a market
compensates for
loser.
the last one. See, it evens out. You only see your own bad rolls and your own good rolls. Steve had a double 6, and now she did.
And this is over. Steve's gonna just.
Game
I'm
over.
surprised Steve is even gonna make her double. Like, I would have just set up the checkers after I rolled a 2-1.
That's right.
Yeah, 440, 12.5% to win that game from there.
And the PRs are still very impressive.
Yes, they are. And since the first couple games where there were some missed plays that I had to avoid, that hasn't happened again. So these PR, that means they're really playing close to a 4 over the entire match.
Mm-hmm.
So Kiko's opening at a 6-5.
Playing him close to a 4 puts him in the top 10 in the world easily. Both of them. Then they both deserve to be there.
Four, 3 for Akiko.
Steve is my new backgammon teacher. Yeah, I'm trading him. I'm teaching him gin rummy lessons, and he's giving me backgammon lessons, and we're trading. And he's really helping my game. I learn a lot from him. He's a lot smarter than he looks.
Looks like she just played it cleanly, huh?
It's the hardest, one of the hardest plays to make is to just stack and play safe when you really want to do something with your checkers, and it's often right.
And it's a good thing she did, because he just rolled a big number that's going to attack.
Did anybody notice the beautiful board they're playing on? God, it's gorgeous. What is that?
Must be a Jeffrey Parker.
Yeah. It happens to be a P40 board, my favorite color combination, the gold and white.
I do really love the gold. The only thing I wish is this was the larger checkers. I love the large 2-inch lighter checkers.
Well, I've got that on the other table. I've been streaming on that, but I can put that in for the finals. If you want to, I can use that board for the finals. But this is www.p40bg.com. These are the boards that Kiko, Mochi, Michi, Victor,
Me,
Ashkenazi,
you, everybody's
me,
got one.
Everybody who's good.
Everybody who loves this game in the U.S.
Loves the game and appreciates a great board at a good price has a P40.
So we got a 5-4 for white here. And now Steve's thinking about cubing. He's up 14 in the race, but it's 3 away. It's 3 away, 6 away. How can this be a cube? Wow, there's not very many gammons. I guess that's how it's a cube.
She's got to grab it though.
I mean, yeah, this can't. I'm not convinced it's a double. So what? It must be a take, right?
Well, that's reverse Woolsey's law, which I'm very proud of. I invented it. If you get a cube and you're not sure you would have doubled it, then for sure it's a take.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's reverse Woolsey's
Of course,
law.
unless you think it's too good, but you know that's pretty obvious
But that
sometimes.
doesn't stop me at all. I take it anyway. But I'm not sure it's a double. I just take. I found out it was too good sometimes. I did that against Karen Davis. I took a cube that was too good.
My worst cube was a 1.8 one time. It was pretty bad.
She has got to grab this cube, especially at this score.
I can't believe she's even thinking about it. Maybe she thinks they're playing just a different score. I mean, this is crazy.
No.
There aren't very many gammons. So actually, that is one of the stipulations on how you can find a double at 3 away, is if it's a very, very few gammons for either side, it could sometimes be a double. And in fact, he's got 71% to win this game. I mean, he's in the right kind of general area, but it's just still wrong. I mean, you just got to...
It's mainly wrong because of the score.
Right, exactly.
Let's be honest. If the score was even or a money game, this would be a double.
Right. It would be a pretty standard double take. Yeah.
So this is not quite a double.
So his market was supposed to open up
She's doing
around
a lot of counting and math.
between 20 and 28%. He's currently at 29, so he's close, but not quite there. And I'm not sure why she's doing all this math. This is, like you said earlier, this is one of those plays where I would not waste my clock time.
No.
I just can't imagine it's a double. Even if it is, it has to be a take So you take it.
This is her chance to get in back in the match.
Yeah,
Take
yeah.
a-
He's
take a roll
sick
of
when
a good
she
and
when
recube.
she recubes here.
Yes.
I mean, he rolls even a 5-2. She rolls an immediate double 5, and he's like, "Oh, what did I just do?"
What's the race again? 14?
14. Yep.
And the total pip count?
1
116?
116. Yeah.
Oh, man. Come on, Akiko. She never hesitates as much against me.
I think she might pass this against you.
We mostly play bluff gammon and Pasco gammon. When Akiko and I play, we play at every tournament.
Okay,
there you
good.
go.
There we
I'm
go.
very proud of you. Thank you. Take it. She doesn't look happy, but she should be.
Oh
great.
yeah, I mean she's only 30%, but this is one of the reasons it's a take.
Oh yeah.
Like hell, is
Like-
this? Can she look at recubing here? Like
No,
this?
no.
It's just
You
you're
can't
not.
recube because you don't lose your market even after you hit.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Certainly, Steve is kind of
Right.
not feeling good about
Steve's
this
not
anymore.
going to drop. Steve's not going to drop even if she rolls a great roll like double 3 or double 1. He's probably still has a take on the next roll unless he dances.
I mean, she's 44% here. Like after he misses,
3-1,
it doesn't
so
get by.
she has to hit and come down.
Yep,
If he doesn't hit back here, now it gets very interesting.
got to be a cube in my mind.
Let's see what he rolls. If he comes in up high, that could be a problem.
Double
Double
3.
threes.
Yeah, wow. So he didn't come in up high, but he did make his
he gained a lot
board.
in the pip
Wow,
count.
and the pip count.
He's still taking so easily that I don't think it's a recube.
I don't know if the score. I might just put the pressure on here. I don't think she's going to think about
She's not
it. Let's see
thinking
what it
of it,
looks
yeah.
like.
He rolled a pretty good entering.
0.07. It's not bad. She's still a dog, but it's actually like
Yeah.
not that far off from a cube. Now this she can think about making the 5 point here, but you just want to block, right? You don't want to let him get
You don't want
away.
to get hit with that,
Right,
lose
right.
the whole match there.
1-5. So he's going to make the board. He cannot get away, but he can step up.
She still can't recube. She has too many.
You don't
bad
think
rolls.
so?
That stack on the 6 point stops it.
I don't know. It's just ones
I'm
that
not
don't
coming close.
attack.
I'm not coming close to redouble. Neither is she.
Wow.
4-2. See, that's
It
he's got
is
a lot
it
of
is still
return shots
close.
here. Now, if he doesn't hit here, then it's going to be a recube.
I mean, I'm concerned that I might lose my market after he doesn't hit here.
Well,
That's
losing
why.
your market means you win.
Well, all right, you're right. It's not such a bad thing,
It's
but
not such a bad thing to win. But now I'm recubing. Now
Hey, this
it's
is a pretty
real
tough
pressure.
take.
This is scary at this score.
Got to be a
Look,
recube though. I hope she doesn't roll past this because this is just can't imagine.
I would redouble here.
And you know what? It's a 400 take. It's a massive take, but it's tough. A 4 cube at this score.
Is it right to recube?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like I said, I
0.03.
would recube here in a heartbeat at this score. I see so many market losers now.
And when she wins a freak gammon, guess what?
Oh,
She wins the match.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, no, she's gonna roll past it.
She's got a point on him. Or come down. Let's see. She
5-4?
blocked. I would.
I'm probably pointing here and playing
No,
for G's.
yeah, I'm
How
playing-
many shots is it? 2, 4, 6. So it's a lot of shots. It's
It
7
is a lot of
shots,
shots.
versus 4 numbers are really good the other way.
Oh, I wish she'd have redoubled. It would have been much more fun to play this.
Yeah, it's 3 less numbers to do this. It's interesting. If she'd have redoubled, I would be attacking. Since she didn't, I think I like her play. Let's see what the bot says.
Yep. Hitting was just too big.
Yeah, you lose a lot, and you only gain about 5% gammons. So the gammon value would have to be really
Still
big.
thinking about recubing Akiko. Come on, baby.
Yeah, she's got to recube this. Was that a 1-3 or a 1-1 for Steve? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
It's probably a 1-3. A 1-1, he would have looked at slotting probably. I don't know. Anyway, this has got to be a recube. I just can't imagine this not being a recube here. There's so many attacking numbers. There's some dream market losers here.
Well, here's where I apply Simborg's law. I ask myself, if I'm Akiko, I say, if I'm Steve, how would I feel about getting this cube now?
Right. Are you sure it's a take even?
Well, I didn't ask. That's Woolsey's law.
Sure, but
I'm saying,
both of them
how
are
does
just...
this feel? I would not like to see this cube.
My stomach is churning when I
And
see
if
this
you're
cube
not a
come back on the
sadistic
board.
person, you shouldn't be playing backgammon. There
it
we go.
goes.
Now let's see what Steve does.
I would lay you odds 2-1. Steve's passing.
Yeah, he passed the cube that was a take last time
Mm-hmm.
because he's winning. He's going to be afraid to take this cube.
It helps that it's a pass, but
is
you
it
know,
a
yeah,
pass? I didn't know
right.
that. I didn't
Well,
know
I'm
that.
rolling it out right now because it's close.
Oh, it's a small pass?
As of right now, it's a .02 pass. Yeah.
Well, he's checking his pip count, I'm sure. He knows he's up 14. Being up 14 pips is an exciting thing. He's looking at how many bad rolls there are for Akiko. Anything that doesn't make the 5-point or doesn't point on him, he's got game. He's not going to get gammon very much. You hardly get gammon at all with one checker back. It's
Yeah,
usually
just like
close to
3%. It's very small.
Yeah, it's very small. So he's not risking the match by taking, and he wins the entire match if he takes it and gets a little lucky. I'm not sure. I mean, even if it's technically a pass, of course I know I'm taking this against Akiko or Steve, just because it's my best chance to win.
You know, there really aren't that many numbers that are ugly. It's like 5-2, 6-2, 6-1.
Well, what's ugly is if she doesn't do anything great and Steve rolls a 2.
Right, and then she has to slash.
Yeah, or he might roll a 2-5 or 2-6 though too.
Right.
So this I can see.
4-2.
I wouldn't fault. It says pass by .013. You can't fault anybody for taking this cue.
Yeah, it looks like right now it's about .03. It's going to be pretty close no matter what.
Well, if XG isn't sure, why should Steve Sachs be sure?
Well, it depends on what his motives are in this match. From what I've seen, he's trying not to play big cubes, so I think he's going to lean towards passing in a position like this.
Well, almost everybody when you're winning is afraid to play big cubes. That's for sure.
If he feels like he's a dog here, maybe he just takes. You know, if he thinks that Kiko is by far the stronger player.
Oh no, Steve never feels like that against anybody, and he shouldn't. Steve has been one of the top players in the world for 20 years. He's not going to be intimidated by another player. He's going to just try and play his best. Plus, Steve's a purist. He wants to do the right thing. He did the right thing there, but it's close. It was close.
I'm going to interrupt the rollout. It's about halfway done, and it's still about .03, so looks like a pretty solid pass.
So we were right not to like Steve's cube. I mean, we liked Steve's cube to Akiko. We liked her take big time.
Oh, you going to go play?
I got a match.
All right. Well, good luck.
I got a seniors match with Chris Knapp, and I'm scared to death of the guy, but I'm going to do my best because he's been so hot this last year.
Oh, yeah. He's been killing
but
it.
I've got a strategy that'll beat him for sure. I'm going to cheat.
I don't think you're smart enough to cheat.
And not get caught.
Yeah, right.
Good luck, Ben.
Yeah, good luck. So Akiko is just running here. She's going to play a pure racing game. Not a bad thing to have happen when you're playing 4-away, 3-away. Certainly would rather get into a gammonish position that you can cube early. Here, she's just going to play a normal holding game or a normal racing game against a holding game. Probably going to play 4-3 to the 6. This game is going to drive their PRs down even further. There are not going to be any real tough decisions here. 6-4 for Steve. He's going to play down and slot the 4-point. $5-1 for Akiko. She's going to have to play to the deuce here. It doesn't, well, no, it may make sense to go ahead and just slot the 7 right now with 2 blots. Let's see what XG says. It's close, but, you know, 2 points right. You really don't want to leave shots. The only reason why he would hit you is if it's good for him, like 2-2 or 2-1 or something. $6-2 for Steve. He is going to make the 7 and the 4, I believe. $5-2 for Akiko. She would love to roll a double here. She is going to slot the point behind him, though. She wants to leave herself a 6 for the 6-2. That's the reason you really want to leave, or one of the reasons you really want to leave a spare on the 8-point here. Steve rolls a 4-2. He is going to slot the 3 and make the 5. Akiko rolls a 6-2. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about. You really hate to break the 8-point when you didn't have a spare. So hopefully she doesn't roll it again. She wants to roll a 5 here or doubles. Steve rolls 6-1. He's definitely going to play the deuce. I like this play. Some people might make the 2, but you really just want to distribute yourself to make the 2 and the 3 next roll. 5 and 1. This is great. Get your spare back. Now all of your doubles play, or double 2s and bigger, play from the mid. 3-2. Okay, so he's going to make the 3-point and just play in from the 8, I suspect. No, he's saving a 6. This can't be wrong. I don't know if it's right, though. 6-2, same thing. She's got to just play her 6 in. Now, he's going to have to think about leaving at some point or leaving the mid. He's actually not too far behind. He can still play this, though. And in fact, he'd have to leave a shot, so he's not going to leave a shot. Looks like his 3-2 was slightly wrong. Oh, he was supposed to vacate the midpoint last roll. Very interesting. So Akiko must have rolled a 4-3 or a 5-2. I'm going to play it as a 5-2. All right, now 6-4. 2-3. 6-1. So Steve's going to go ahead and make the ace point now. Now all of the hit shots are winners. What is the race? So Akiko's going to just play in now, make the point, and she's only up by 5 pips, so actually she's not going to really find a holding game double here because she's not really ahead in the race. So I would just play this in. A lot of people like to break the 5 or 6 point and save a 6. Generally, I've noticed that, or what I believe is true anyway, is it's just wrong. You just bring it in, hold your board. If you roll a 6, you roll a 6. Let's see what XG says. Yeah, it's pretty big, actually. You just bring it in. Okay, looks like she rolled a 3-1. Oh, and I gotta take that back. She played it differently than that. So he rolled a 5. I guess just like a 3-2. Now she rolled a 2-6. So now he really would rather not roll a 6-1 or a 6-2 here. He really wants to roll a big 6 or small numbers. Probably a big 6 would have been his preference. He's losing a lot of race equity when he keeps rolling these tiny numbers. Akiko just rolled a 6-3, no, a 6-4. And now Steve is looking to roll an 8. An 8 is a big roll here if he can roll it. Maybe not a winner, but a great roll. Looks like a 3-1, not an 8. So he's just going to break the points here in order. Now, Akiko's probably thinking about a cube here. Steve has a lot of wastage, and actually he's down in the race. This is, when you're down, this seems like a pretty strong cube. Let's take a look at XG. Yep, as a matter of fact, it's a pass. Wow, what a sequence. We went from no double, no double, no double, to all of a sudden, after that sequence, it's a pass. Let's see if Steve passes. He does. He does. Well done to both of them. I'm going to get on the other video source here on my phone so I can tell you guys the rolls. Yeah. It's like a 4-3. The internet's really not cooperating. It has been clear for the last, I don't know, 25 minutes or something, or
Oh, crap.
hour.
Do you need me to do something?
No, it's this internet connection to this computer. That one's fine. Look on my phone, it's crystal clear.
Right,
It's
right.
frozen right now, but it's crystal clear.
Wow.
It's frozen because the internet's my phone.
Yes.
So 6-4. Yeah, it's been pretty good, but whatever. It should come back in a moment here.
I had internet down here before, now I don't have it anymore. So I couldn't go on grid and do the
Yeah, and you know what? I didn't even end up posting on most of the Facebook pages. Okay, cool. That's the one that I think could get the most traffic. Looks like a 5-2 for Kiko. I think she also should have looked at making or hitting on the ace and making the 4. Yeah, hitting on the ace and making the 4 was better than her play by far. Hello. It is the finals of the undefeated bracket. So Steve Sachs versus Akiko. The internet just started lagging, so that should clear up hopefully in the next 5 minutes or so.
Oh, that's the game they're playing just now?
Yep.
Is it the Open Championship?
Yep. Open Championship. It's not the final, but the winner is in the finals. The loser is guaranteed 5th place. So
Oh, these two are in the final now?
it's the undefeated final, yeah. So both players have not lost yet.
Like almost any game in there?
Correct. Correct.
Steve just lost an amazing game.
Oh, guys, the
6-1.
which one? In this match?
Yeah, just the one before that. Steve doubled there
Oh, yeah, when he doubled from 3 away.
from 18.
Yeah, he had.
And then he threw 6-1. He couldn't get out.
Mhm.
3, 4, and 5 were
Yep. A couple rolls later, she's able to recube, and yeah, it was an interesting game for sure.
You know the problem with her is? She can't count. Steve was 97. She was 130.
So, you think it was a pass?
Yeah.
No, it was not even a double. It was not a double. The score, you can't double at that score. The score is really because when she recubes, he can never take. I mean, you saw it. He had to pass.
She should have never taken it.
What are you saying?
She should have never taken it.
No, it was not a double. I'm telling you. I'm doing the transcription right here. It was not a double. It wasn't a double. It was no double. He should not have doubled.
Oh, Steve should not double?
Correct.
Why?
Because of the score. The score was really lopsided. You can't double from that score.
Oh, you mean when you're that close?
Because yeah, he needed 3 points to win, and when you need 3 points to win, it's like so hard to have a good double. So he did double. She took correctly, and then she turned it. I mean, she did exactly what or the reason why it's not a double, because she turned around. Yeah, but it's still. I mean, he's 70% to win that game. Yeah.
Why?
He's 70% to win the game. That game. That's what I'm saying.
How do you know?
Because I have XG right here. I'm putting the match in as they play.
How do you put it in?
You just follow along and you put it in. I don't know.
Oh shit. That
Yeah.
fast?
I think this was played illegally. I don't even know.
What do you write there?
I'm just typing in the play that was played because I think it was illegal. I don't know for sure.
Are you one of the Backgammon
Notes? Yes, yeah. I do a lot of
what do you do?
this kind of stuff. Right now all I do is gamble. Play backgammon,
On
yep.
backgammon?
Backgammon and poker, mostly poker.
How much you playing on backgammon?
I don't play. I mean, I did not play the tournament actually. I mostly played poker. I like backgammon, but the tournaments are long and just grueling, and I'd rather just play a chouette instead. Play for money.
How much you play for?
10s, 20s, somewhere in that range. Whatever people want to play for. I usually don't care.
What's the biggest game you've seen?
I mean, I know of $1 million games.
Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a joke, is it?
Mm-mm. No,
You
there's
was telling
people.
me, I thought you was kidding.
I mean, there's people that they just play for stupid money. They've got too much money,
Who is
so.
he? Who's that guy?
Oh, I don't even know who the other side is. I know that a lot of the giants have played those games, but I don't know who the people with money are.
But they actually play $1 million game.
Mm-hmm. I mean, in the giants, of course, they don't have their own action. I mean, somebody else is backing them, but yeah. Could you imagine watching that game? It'd make you sick with an end game double six, and all of a sudden
playing that game.
no, I don't know if I could handle that. I mean, if I was free rolling, if I didn't have to pay if I lost.
Your business is playing poker and backgammon? You make
For now. Yeah, I'm finishing. I graduate in a week and a half. After 10 years, I finally graduate college.
And what?
And so operations and supply chain management. So I'm gonna get my resume back out there. I quit my job 6 months ago. Wasn't happy with just what the company was doing, and so I just went and finished my degree and was playing poker. It's worked out. I've been running good. I've been getting lucky. You pretty much have to if you want to just gamble.
I'm sorry, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's not a life.
It is a life. I love it.
No, it doesn't matter. It should be a side life.
Nah. It's fun.
Oh, it's fun, obviously. I would love to do backgammon all my life.
So what do we got? 5, 4. I just wish I was good enough to get in those $1 million games, because then I could never have to work a real job again. And instead, I'm gonna have to get out there and be responsible.
So why do you put those on XG?
So they can analyze their plays later. They can look and see how they did.
So you're taping it?
Yeah, it is being recorded as well. Exactly.
Not by XG.
Well, I'm recording it in XG right now,
How do you record
the whole
XG?
match. You just it's called the transcription. You just do a transcription, but also there's video here and there of the match.
I don't want to disturb you while you're doing all this work.
No, you're fine. I can.
You're used to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell me, how do you record on XG?
There's a setting that you put in.
You got the setting?
Yeah, so when you do file, instead of doing a new game,
Yeah.
you do a new game transcription.
Oh.
And then you put in the players, and what you do is you type in the roles, and then you play whatever they played.
Is this game out of 11?
Yep. So it's two-way, 3-way.
Oh shit. So Steve is 9. Oh.
Mm-hmm. And a good roll too. 6-4 out. Although incorrectly played if he plays it that way. It's supposed to hit. Yeah, he was probably just looking at that.
Looking at what?
Looking at the point. No, he is going to make the point. Wow.
He did?
Mm-hmm.
You know something? If he didn't make the point, he would have had much more chances of...
I mean, I don't even think he really wants to play a holding game here, because now he's stuck there almost.
He's stuck on the 13.
Right.
He's stuck on the, what is it? 18 now, isn't he?
Yeah, I agree.
You don't see the dice, the numbers, do you?
Yeah, I'm hoping that the internet connection cleans up again in a second here, because this is strange that it's doing this. I guess I can refresh this. What did she just roll, though? 4-3. 3-2? No, 6-4. Let's see if I can get mine to work here. Now she rolled a 5-6.
Steve needs a 5-4 or 5-3 or double 5 or double 4 or double shit something.
So she just rolled a 6-6 after whatever he just played.
Yeah, that was probably good for Steve. What was it
Now
now?
Steve's gonna roll double 1. I'm gonna refresh this, see if I can get this to fix itself.
I didn't going to sleep double 1.
So double, yeah, I've got it here now, and this is clear. So he's going to play double 1. He played 2 up to the 17, releasing her 6s.
Why not 4 up to the 17?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Why do with the other 2? Can you get that one back, please? This one.
yeah, it is coming back. This got fuzzy again.
Okay. So you just refresh.
But I did just refresh it because my phone started working. So now, yeah, there. Now it's back clear.
Excuse me.
And somebody just sent me a message about commentary. I think they might be on the wrong stream or something.
All right, if you're listening, oh well, you can't hear us otherwise. But we're doing commentary on twitch.tv/voice of Backgammon, and the match is also being broadcast on twitch.tv/the voice of Backgammon, but there's no commentary there. But let's look at this.
No, she was complaining because I was not talking about the game, but. Look, I'm here on my own money. If you want me to talk about what you want to talk about, then send me some money. Come on, that's just silly.
No, listen. We're here. We love what we're doing here at Voice of Backgammon, whether we make money or not. We're here to enjoy it, and we do welcome. We have a relationship with the BMAB, and oftentimes have grandmasters here. Ben Priesen, for those of you who don't know him, provides an extremely valuable service. Ben is doing the live XG transcription as this game is proceeding. Pretty amazing. All right, well, let's take a look at this position that we've got over here. Akiko has killed 3 checkers. Look at her home board. She has 11 men in her home board and way ahead in the race. And so she's just looking to bring her checkers home. Steve wants to maintain as much contact as possible because he's behind in the race. And it's very likely Akiko is going to continue to leave shots just like she did here. She left a 2 and a 7. And now she rolls a 4-3, and she really is not much of a choice here. She can play 13 to 6, or she can play 11 to 4, but she chooses to play 13 to 6. And
she did have a cube there, by the way.
And she had a cube. That's right. We've been thinking about that.
So
and she's behind 3. This is such a great score. So it's a match to 11. And Akiko's 3 away, and Steve Sachs is 2 away. And a double by Akiko means she can win the match if she wins a gammon. So Steve will tend to drop a lot of doubles if they're gammony. And this would have been an awesome time to double. Really put Steve under the gun in this situation. It's probably still a take. But it's probably close.
Looks at it here. Nope, she's just rolling on.
And she's just rolling on, and that double 2s. What a great roll! So she can point on the. She has to. Really, there's no other choice. It's almost 4. She doesn't even think about it. And Steve is in trouble now. And the question is, will Akiko double, or will she try to move on for the gammon? She doubles. She's maybe too good. I don't know. What does it say?
Yeah, she's too good.
And so how about
it's close,
that?
Though,
Steve
so
says,
it's not a big deal.
Thank you. And basically, we're at double match point. So what I mean by that is, for those of you who may not be experienced at tournament backgammon when you're playing to a match score, the score is 9-9. They're tied to a match to 11, which means they're both 2 away. And it turns out, now let's see if they get the board score. They're laughing about the board. Eventually, they're going to move that 6th checker to the midpoint. As they laugh, they're taking a little bit of a break, and they're both smiling and enjoying the fact that they've put all this energy into this match, and now it's down to basically 1 game where gammons are not going to count. Let me explain why I say that. So it turns out that the first player who's ahead by anything over 50% ought to double because they're a favorite to win the game and then the match. Even if they have some gammon possibilities, it's much better to double because ultimately the gammons are not going to count. One player is going to double the cube, and so whoever wins the game is going to end up winning the match. So this is really basically, in effect, double match point. In other words, it's match point for both players. It's match point for Akiko if the cube is turned, and if the cube is turned, it's match point for Steve too. And so we call it double match point because it's match point for both players. And basically this game, like in old, Persia, no gammons, no backgammons. It means that whoever wins the game wins the match, and that's what we're likely going to see. The only question is how soon will we see, is it the first roll or the second roll that we see this cube turned? And that'll be the interest. The players are taking a well-deserved break. This is Larry Shiller, voice of Backgammon. I want to thank GammonStuff.com, our sponsor, gold sponsor. John Purdy does a great job with creating beautiful bespoke boards. He'll design a board any way you want to see it. Colors and the felt is gorgeous. So visit GammonStuff.com, mention voice of Backgammon, and with John will tell you we have a special where you can get a free carrying case. Jeb Horton, welcome. We have all the Backgammon luminaries joining us here. The commentary. Doing commentary. All right, so while we're taking this short break, let's get our sponsor screen up here. And we will return shortly with live Backgammon streaming commentary from the voice of Backgammon here at the California State Championship at the LAX Hilton. Larry Shiller for voice of Backgammon will be returning momentarily.
I sit closer. I sit closer.
That's all right. I'm gonna, yeah. Come on.
Refresh it again.
Yeah, I'm refreshing. I had to refresh. Oh, what time? Did they start yet? No. Good.
Steve was on his way over when I started headed back.
Fantastic. All right, we're live.
Julius, get us
So it's 2 away, 2 away.
Larry Shiller with Voice of Backgammon. I'm thrilled to have Phil Simborg of the Backgammon Learning Center with me here. Phil, thank you for joining
My
us.
pleasure. My
And
pleasure.
Ben Friesen is here, who's doing the live XG transcription. XG is the program of choice for backgammon players to improve their game. It's a bot. It lets you know what's the right play. Should you double? Should you take? Should you drop? Fantastic program. And so Ben is actually keying the moves in as they're made. And now we're in a situation where this is a match to 11. This is the finals of the California State Championship Open division. Two of the best players in the world by far. Akiko Yazawa from Japan, Steve Sachs from
Steve Sachs is from LA.
LA,
Yeah.
right here local.
But it's not
Local.
really the finals. This is the finals of the winners bracket.
You're right, but their equity when they win is almost 5,000.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a really big match.
Yeah, they'll have to. It's a huge match, but remember, who wins this still has to play the winner from the losers bracket, and they'd have to lose twice, so they'd be a big favorite. But it happens, and so there's 25% for the other player, so they'd be a 75% favorite, assuming an equal player. Now, 2 away. All good players know that you double very, very quickly if you have even the slightest lead at all. In fact, it could even be right to double when you're slightly behind because you don't want to lose your market. So you want to play for this for the match. So you're going to see a cube here, and this is going to be the last game in almost every situation. Once in a great while, a player can split, you roll double 5, and you might be too good to double and play on for the match without a cube, but that's very rare.
So yeah, can you think of a series of rolls where, let's say, you're playing blue,
Yeah.
and then it ends up that no one's doubled yet, and you think you might actually win a gammon, and so you don't want to turn
No,
the cube.
again, you split with your opponent splits with a 5-2, you roll double 5, and they dance. You are supposed to play on. You're not
Then
supposed
it's
to
not
double.
then you don't want to double because you have too much of a
Yeah, you
gammon
might win
chance.
too many gammons, and you might win the match without gammoning. And if things turn bad later on, you can still always double. But that's a very rare situation.
All right, we'll see if that ends
I
up.
promise you, one of these two will be doubling within the first 2-3 rolls at the most.
All right, let's see what happens. Is it the response to the first roll, the second roll, or the third roll? When will they
Well,
double?
I bet on the first roll or
The
the second
response to
roll.
the first roll or the
First or
second
second
roll.
roll.
All right,
I know
we
these-
have it.
They both have enough respect for each other not to play games with the cube.
Yep. And now look at the ratings of these players. So Steve Sachs is a world class at 4.29, and Akiko is world class at 3.62. Those numbers mean 0 is perfect play according to the bot, according to XG. And 4, if you're playing 4 or under, you're a world class player. You're going to win a lot of tournaments. And both of them are playing right around 4. It's amazing. And the luck, 1.578. So that is not a lot of luck for either player. Steve has definitely been luckier than Akiko this match. But it's not a huge difference.
Only a
And
tiny bit. Akiko's actually had one more joker than Steve.
yeah, so Joker is a great roll and usually good roll. And the players are sitting down, they're smiling. They finally have adjusted the checkers to, they're laughing about the checker distribution and seeing if they want to invent a Kiko gammon or something.
they're
setting up
talking
the
about
board for
just guys-
Pasco gammon.
Go ahead and play the
Yes,
DMP
so
They're
match
saying,
at
do we want to
Pasco.
play this way?
This is
They
Pasco
love it.
Gammon. It's a game I invented, and I named it after Jim Pasco because he's a great backgammon player. And that's mostly what all the good players have been playing now when they have spare time because it's just a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun.
When
You
they
can't take a
want to
long
only play
time.
one
It's very
game per
complex.
hour.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, so they set it up. They're going to play regular old backgammon. We've got Ben Friesen doing the live XG transcription. Akiko opens up with a 5-2. Is Steve going to roll double 5s before he doubles? Let's see what happens. Just what Phil was talking about.
Oh,
He rolls
the
a
wrong
6-4. And he's either going to run a checker or make his 2 point.
He's gonna run.
And he's going to run. And,
All the way.
I mean,
all the way
attacking
because
is
he's
better,
ahead in the
though.
race.
No, DMP attacking means nothing because you don't win.
But it's not DMP.
Well, it will be.
Well, it will be.
You play
I understand that, but
they know it's going to be DMP.
Look, Phil, opening book says I'm right.
All right, well.
005?
Yes, I don't care.
Now, Akiko is stacking. She's working
All
for
right,
the
what do
phone
we got?
company,
5-2
building telephone
hit.
poles over
Could
here.
nobody be doubling yet?
And nobody has doubled. It's a
They're making it-
surprise.
I should have taken that bet.
She's got a
Yeah,
double
It's a
right now.
surprise.
yeah, she has to double here.
She's
She
gotta
loses her
double.
market too much here.
And she does.
There she
Akiko is the first one. Steve
Thank you,
immediately
Akiko. You
takes
didn't
it.
make me look too stupid. It's on the second roll.
And there's a
third roll.
6-2 for Akiko. She's got the white checkers. Does she want to hit or does she? Well,
I think
he
she has
wants
to
to hit
Yeah,
and bring
hit
two
and
down.
come down, make the 11.
Hit and make the 11. Or
Yeah,
hit
that's
make
it.
her,
She's
either
got
one.
she's got 13 checkers sitting out there in the outfield, so she's going to do her priming game if Steve doesn't hit her. And Steve is not able to hit her. He rolls a 5-3,
I think he might
and he's going to hit her in the home board.
And one of the reasons that you double right away is now neither party has to worry about getting gammoned or winning gammons. You just play to win. DMP, double match point.
And it means you could make some risky plays that have a better
This
chance
is
of
an
winning the
interesting
game, even
one,
if they
too.
result in more gammons.
Right.
Look
you
at
don't
this.
care.
She's anchoring. She's anchoring instead of and leaving the blot. I think this is right. Yeah, it is. This is a tough play though.
Well, there's a reason you call the opponent's 5 point the golden point. It's worth gold.
Oh, and look at Steve. He rolls double threes. He makes a point and hits. So Akiko, boy, she's now she is also behind in the race now because of that hit. She's
Yeah, he
behind
might
by 6
continue.
pips.
He might continue out to the 13 or make the blocking play. I would continue.
I would continue. You really, I don't think you want her attacking on the
Yeah.
18.
Plus, you're you know
Well, you got ones
in
and fours,
DMP,
but
every
you do
game
want
is
to
a
bring
race.
another checker down just to block. I mean,
No,
thinking of the
no,
long haul.
Just run.
XG says
Just run.
the
XG
right play. It's probably going to be
says
pretty close.
to
I would
run,
guess.
it looks like. Let's take a look.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you did the
running
right
is
play.
pretty clear.
Running is the right
Ooh.
play.
Wow,
Kiko
Double
Joker.
ones! She rolled
Holy
double ones! It's a
smokes.
huge joker!
You know what?
She's
I didn't
able
see the roll, but I saw Steve's face.
Ah!
Yeah.
And I knew.
Oh no!
I
And Steve
knew.
only gets one checker, and Akiko has a great priming game going. She's got the 5 point in Steve's board, 6-1. Cannot do it though.
You know, I just realized how much Steve thinks this is a big match. This is the first time I've seen him in a clean shirt in 4 years. So he got dressed up for this match.
Why isn't she hitting here? I know the games don't matter, but often you win more just by attacking and blitzing.
Yeah, it's an interesting play. Ben makes an observation, and the XG
They're very
says
close. It looks
Very
like
close.
They're very
5-3,
close.
5-3.
Again, DMP, you're supposed to concentrate on winning a race.
It's the race, but you know Akiko is only ahead by 7 pips. So let's see if she
This
can
game could
just
still
nail
easily
it.
go
Oh,
either way.
4-2 is a great roll. She
That
makes
is
her
a great
4 point.
Steve needs
Steve
a 1.
needs
he
4s,
needs
5s, or
1s,
6s to get out, and 1s to hit. So
he
can he
would
get
like double ones.
And he rolls a 6-2.
Well,
At
he's
least
gotta
he
hit.
can hit with a 6.
He's
and
got to hit.
and then what do you do with the 2?
He's not going to
He's
hit.
going to come out.
He's just going to run.
Well,
Really?
It's
I'm
interesting.
hitting here.
This
Because
game's
I
a
hit
race
everything.
primarily, right? You gotta
Yeah,
hit.
gotta hit.
Hitting is
Well,
definitely
no,
called for.
it's not. It's fairly close, though. It's not a terrible play to run. It's only a 2% error.
Yeah, and that's just on plus. So actually, Steve makes a good play, and Kiko needs a 7 here or 9. She rolls a 6, 7, but it's not
Not that 7.
Not that 7 because she cannot move the checker. So she's looking at that, and she's going to finally hit. She's doing that, bring 7, and she's going to break, bring
Oh,
more
she doesn't
builders
wanna
in the
pay off the
outfield.
lot of blots if you go to the
lot of
37.
blots,
Yeah,
but
it
she's
is.
got a much better board. She's got his 5 point. She could take risk, and a 3-6. What
Oh,
a joker!
And if she would have slotted the 7, she would have been missed. Instead, she
Oh,
gets hit.
look at that.
That is funny.
All right, so Akiko's trying to come in. She rolls a 5-3, and she is able
Well,
to.
Steve's got the big edge now.
able
I'm
to-
betting on Steve now.
Yeah, this is really interesting.
He's got to be favored.
Yeah, he's good. Odds are pretty good. He's going to leave a shot here, but 5-4.
5-4,
Not
not
with safety,
bad.
so
That's the point.
9s are going to be problematic. But and so we're 11s. Can she roll a 6-5 or a 9? And she rolls a 3-1.
Wow.
Yeah,
She's
Steve,
preparing to leave. It's interesting. She made
all
that
Steve
3
has
very
to do is
quickly.
bring home this race and not get in trouble. Because
Let's see
he
what
doesn't
Steve
want
can do.
he doesn't want to play a contact game with the board as good as.
Now you
Akiko's.
see, Steve didn't. That's right.
played
He
safe.
played safe. Like
He has to.
Yep. He wants to play
Kiko's
safe.
got a great
He is creating
board.
contact, though. If she would have rolled a 5 that played out, it would have been
Yep, that's
pretty
right.
strong.
Yep.
Unfortunately, this 4-1's going to have to play around because you really don't want to get hit here. Your race is not lost.
The only thing is, though, you want to get hit there so you can make it on the 1
No,
point
no,
and
you're
get
only
the
down by 8
contact.
pips.
Oh, just 8 pips.
Yeah,
So she's
yeah.
got a race
She has
equity.
plenty of race equity.
Akiko has proven she knows how to roll double 6s.
Yeah.
She wouldn't be the world champion and one of the best in the world unless she knew she could roll double 6s.
All right, now Steve is playing a 6-2. He wants to play safe. He's stripping a 6 point, but there's no way he's going to leave Akiko a shot because if she hits him, he's toast.
And you can bet 100% that Steve knows he's up in the race and exactly by how much. He's just always got the pip count.
And Akiko rolls double 3s, which brings her
Makes the race close.
Very close. She's only down by 4 pips
So
after
Steve
the roll.
has to worry about containing
And-
her and not leaving a shot.
Yeah, so Steve's really got his work
It's
cut
made it
out for
tricky.
him.
Now
This
it's
is
only a
tough.
4-pip race.
Double 5s!
Or
Well,
he
that
can
makes
just roll
life
double
easy.
5s.
That makes life easy.
That's
He's
it.
got a 4 point problem of Akiko. Odds of leaving a shot are very low.
That's it.
You know, and she rolls a 5-4. She comes out with a 5.
Slots with the 4? Or she's just coming
didn't
out?
slot with
That's
a 4.
See,
They're all about the same.
Slotting with a 4 is
This is
probably
when I
better.
see Akiko how quiet she is. This is when I'd start striking up a conversation with Steve because my best chance is that he times out
Yeah.
on the clock. So I would start.
And what is the
talking to
clock?
her.
They both have.
They both have about a minute.
a minute left, so
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
both really
Yeah, she
smart
should-
with the time management.
she
That's
should be
something we haven't
stalling.
talked about that at all. But the time management's a critical part of this game, and look how great both players are at DMP. They both come down to a minute.
That's
Amazing, right?
You don't want to have too little time left, but you want to use. If you used up your time, that means you were thinking enough on all the plays
Mm-hmm.
beforehand. That's part of the. That's why one of the reasons I like clocks. It adds skill to the game
Mm-hmm.
in clock management.
Now, Akiko's got interesting about 3. She's got to really hit now to win this game because she's down by
Mm.
15 pips, and the probability of her winning the game on race alone.
It's pretty
is
small. She's only
pretty
20%
small.
in general.
About 18% to win the game.
Yeah,
and,
she's got about 50% in the race and about
Oh,
5%
and a
chance
2-1
of getting a shot. and hitting it.
Yeah, she's a 2-1. She's willing to
Notice
run with
she-
the 6.
notice she didn't save a 6. She's
She
still
did.
planning on racing.
She is still, yeah,
She
because
didn't
Steve's
waste
got
the-
a blot,
she
so
didn't
you know
waste
why
that
not?
ace.
She did not waste
A lot
the
of
ace.
people would not have brought it in there.
Yep.
Steve's going to
interesting.
make
So
the deuce in case she does run with 1.
Yeah, and he didn't leave a gap there because
Double 2s for Akiko, so she's got to start wastage. It's not not a good roll
if
for
Steve
her.
had cleared the 7 point there, the double 2s would play.
That's right. Smart move on Steve's part, and he's got a 5-2. He's going to bring the 5.
Then making the ace.
And he's going to make
He's
the ace
holding her.
point.
What's
He
the
is
rate?
holding her, and he's up
I
by
wouldn't-
24.
That was wrong.
I wouldn't be holding her if I'm up by 24.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go get that
I think
checker
that would be
out.
wrong. You could
But it
want to bring
could,
him in.
could turn out to be right because now, oh, but Akiko says, I'm not going to let you point on me. I'm going to run both checkers. I'm
I
going to
don't
give it a
know.
race
This
shot.
the contact's not terrible, but she's probably right.
What
No.
are odds of getting a shot and hitting it compared to winning a race are poor?
Yeah, but this is wrong.
It's actually the right play is to run one checker,
Well,
not
the
both,
gamble?
strangely enough, and take the gamble. We'll see what
Take the
Steve can
gamble?
roll, there's nothing he's going to leave a roll in the next but 6-4, and now he's able to bring 2 checkers in. I think a part of it is it causes wastage by leaving
That's
the checker
true.
back there.
That's true.
That's really the benefit of it
That's
more than
part of
anything.
it,
Yep. So that's an
But
often
the-
overlooked
but the
thing.
pick and passes, I can
Yeah,
understand.
a lot of pick and passes, any 1 up to 1-4,
Yeah.
and then any 2 up to 2-4. So that's
And
14
it wasn't going to
numbers.
matter, it turns out. He was going to cleanly
12
bring this in.
Ball game.
Yeah, I
No.
mean, this
However, they might meet again in the finals because Steve now goes into the fighters bracket at a very high point. And if all he has to do is, I think, win one more match to come back and play Akiko. again.
Akiko,
I
Akiko
mean.
goes into it.
I'm sorry, Akiko.
She's guaranteed 5th. She needs to win that match plus 1 more. So she needs to win 2 matches to meet him back in the
Okay,
finals.
so it's all over but the shouting over here. Akiko is trying to, Gammon's not going to, she doesn't care about the Gammon. She wants to win the game. She's preparing to roll double 6s. Steve already has several checkers off. He's got 4 checkers off, and he rolls a 5-3, and he's only able to take 1 off. Akiko really needs to roll at least 2 sets of double 6s to have any hope of winning this game. 2-1, she rolled a 3-1 and a 2-1. Her rolling has not been up to par here.
Yeah, but those rolls didn't matter much because even if she rolled well, she was a big dog.
Right, she needs to just roll boxes,
This is,
5.
a double 1s for Steve. This is really going to just icing on the cake for him. It's going to make it happen sooner. Akiko really needs to step up now. Can she do it? She rolls a 6-1, only takes 2 checkers off. She has 12 checkers on the board. She's off in 3 rolls, best case scenario, which means Steve needs to be off in 4. He's actually off in 6 if he rolls 2-1 every time. But we'll see what happens, right?
He's
1, 2,
getting
3, 4,
nervous.
5,
He
6,
threw his
7,
dice off
excuse me.
before.
2, 1, 7.
Double 1 again.
1, 2, 3, 4.
There I'd be complaining. I'd say, oh, I might be rolling bad.
Oh, and Akiko rolls a 4-2, so she's off in 1, 2, 3
rolls
rolls.
still.
This
This
is
is
going to be
history.
tough. This is
This is
really going to be
history.
tough. People have won from this situation.
Yeah, we're in the 1/10.
But no, we're double
of
5. The
1%.
match is over.
All over.
Akiko shakes his hand. Steve Sachs, the
Hey,
undefeated.
now look at those
champion.
PRs. They both played under 4.
Isn't that amazing? Fantastic.
Wow.
You are witnessing
Congratulations.
world-class players
3-8,
here.
3-2-4.
Amazing. Both under 4.0. Phil Simborg, Backgammon Learning Center, thank you for joining us. Absolute honor to have Phil here. And so we're going to break down. This is Larry Shiller, voice of Backgammon, with Ben Friesen doing expert XG transcription and commentary. Thank you, Ben.
Yes, my pleasure.
And we'll be back with a later match. We have some the losers bracket they have to play. And then Akiko is going to play, Steve Sachs will play 1 or 2 more matches, depending upon, and we see him smiling about his win. Anytime anybody can beat Akiko, it puts a smile on your face because she is the toughest competitor there is. And this, so we're going to break for now. We want to thank our sponsor, Gammon Stuff, and Backgammon Learning Center, and the Backgammon Masters awarding body. They confer titles of Grandmaster, Super Grandmaster, and of course the United States Backgammon Federation. Great supporter of backgammon here in the United States and throughout the world. This is Larry Shiller reporting, voice of Backgammon, from the LAX Hilton in Los Angeles, California for the California State Championship. Thank you for joining us. We will be back in probably about half an hour with the next match for which could be the finals, or will be the finals. What do you call that?
There'll be a semifinal, no, a quarterfinal technically. If you're looking at the overall bracket, we're gonna have 4 people playing off in a quarterfinal now. The winners of that, and then the winner that's gonna play Steve.
Awesome. Fantastic. So we've got the lineup, and we'll be broadcasting all day today from LAX on voiceofbackgammon.com. Larry Shiller signing off.